right, so here we are, the Chronicles of the Folk Band, session number 50. We're halfway to 100 here, and this definitely won't be the last session of the folk band. Definitely not. So the folk band flew into the center of the storm. They beat up a whole bunch of little baby minions. Not really anything difficult, right? Just a couple of floating nightmare assassins and a couple of weird looking little guys and a couple of spellcasters that really didn't get much off before being totally destroyed. And now you're left with a bunch of giants on your side and some rocks that appear to be fairly toothless against this Kraken. But the rest of the team's doing all right. Vark is pretty low on health here. He's not here to tell you that, but he's pretty close to death. Which does bring me to a little oopsie on my part. I misinterpreted falling prone for creatures who have the fly spell on them. The rules do specifically say, unless you have a hover feed, like the spell fly, you fall prone. So Vark should not have fallen prone after being thrown a couple of times. So I'm going to give him back some health. I did not go back to see exactly how much he lost. I was actually hoping he was here because I was going to have him roll to see how much health he got back. So I need 2 people to throw a d20 in the chat.
I volunteered ma'am to do one.
All right.
Ma'am.
And one more.
Zwasos and ma'am.
Anyone. All right. Okay.
Nice.
All right. So Vark is getting 25 health back, and that's good because I know he lost 14 on one of the falls, so I think this is okay. So he's going to get 25 health back, and I'm going to need to do that on the DM side, not the player side, and there we go. Okay, so he's got a little bit of health back. He's feeling a little bit better, but he's hurt. All right. So where we left off, Ma'am had used shape water to create a giant trough, which dropped the water underneath the boat. However, because the front and the rear of the boat were still being held aloft by water, the boat did not fall, just the Kraken. Unfortunately, the Kraken was holding on to Neeb, so he went for the plunge as well. So you can now see that the Kraken is at the bottom of this 100-foot trough, staring up with a slightly bit more annoyance than perhaps he had just a few minutes ago. So we are going to start the session here with a... let's see, the horseshoe mustache storm giant is going to be up. Any other questions before we get started?
No, sir.
No? Okay. So this storm giant can kind of understand that he's not really doing much. I think, whoops. Look at that, I'm doing it in the wrong place. Okay. What's happening? Okay. He's going to jump onto the rock here, and he's just going to kind of yell out, "There's not much for us to do here, but take damage!" He's just going to hop on the rock. Let's see, it is that rock's turn. He's going to kind of get the hint. And... oops. Whoops. Oh, is it? I think it's that. Nope. I don't know. He changed his mind. He was going to fly, but now he's not going to fly. He's going to sit there and wait. And the other 2 rocks are going to do the same. This rock, however, is going to fly. He got hit pretty hard and doesn't like it. He's going to fly off a little bit and just kind of... wait to see if anybody needs him.
What is this?
Oh, him. Oh, I forgot about him. I think he might be hiding. He might be hiding under a bed or something. Look at that. He's actually able to break the synaptic static.
Oh, shit.
He's feeling pretty good about that. He suddenly feels his brain starting to work a little bit better. And that brings us to the top of the round.
Okay.
Do you want to take a moment for strategy, or are you all set? Oh, I should.
Well, touching back on something that I had said last session, with the giants kind of not being able to be effective, I thought that at the very least they might want to start freeing King Hekaton, which is something I imagine they can effectively do.
No.
No, they cannot.
No. Don't you remember
No.
what he's being?
I remember
Magical.
I brought it up and you said it was strategizing and it wasn't time for that, and so I shut up. And
It's all magical restrictions.
Yeah.
And they don't have any magical weapons to have any effect on it.
No. Otherwise, they'd be attacking the Kraken.
I did not remember that.
Yeah.
Anyway, then I got nothing.
Yeah, I wish I
Yeah, Mam's out for the next round after dropping haste.
That's right.
But my hope and intention was to give everybody some shots at the Kraken before it's able to dive deeper and Ebondeath off, which is what it seemed like maybe it was trying to do.
Okay. So then, while we're strategizing, I have been kind of on the fence here about whether I was going to use my bonus action to turn a spell slot into sorcery points, and then use my action to twin a heal on Vark and Mam, and not do any damage. Or I could just cast Eldritch Blast and then quicken another casting of Eldritch Blast with the Hexblade's Curse in effect. So I'd be assuming I hit all 18. That'd be 8d10 plus 8 times 13. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I have a question of my own, but it's unrelated.
Go for it.
I was just wondering, since I have poison skin, would that have affected the Kraken grappling me?
Oh.
Mario's so smart.
Indeed.
Interesting. He is not. He is not immune to poison.
That's what I'd like to hear.
Yeah. Okay. Where's your poison skin here? Oh. Alright. Give me abilities. Poison skin. What does that do? DC 12 con. Okay. It'll be poison for 1 minute. Okay.
Oh, or DC 12 con or be poisoned?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So. Oh, that's yeah. Okay. I mean, that's cute, but
What?
yeah, he's good.
Oh God. Plus 14.
He could roll a 1,
It could roll a 1.
right?
Right.
You definitely feel a little slimy, though. He's not sure he wants to hold on to you for very long.
Not immune to slime.
Yeah, slime damage.
Slime damage.
It's like psychic damage because you're all queased out.
That's right.
Awesome. So yeah. Sorry, Nick. So, do I understand that for the purposes of like being in or out of range, that these tentacles count as the Kraken?
That's correct.
Okay, so I don't need to be within 120 feet of his token to target him.
Correct. You need to be within 100 and whatever feet of a piece of him. You can target.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other option I could do is I could quicken a heal to Vark and then do one casting of Eldritch Blast. So a little bit of both. But without the idea that it's kind of a gamble, because I can either try and take the Kraken down now, or, heal up people, and because without Ma'am, there's only me and Vark. Well, no, Ma'am would go after. Fine. I still don't know what to do. But we're running out of time, and I'm taking too long. So
I think I support dealing as much damage as possible, unless someone else has a different opinion.
Thank you, Justin.
Nope. Kill the thing. Kill the kill the thing.
One. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Because that's what Zwasos would want to do anyway. I considered rolling an intelligence save to see if he could muster up the friggin' willpower to do the smart thing.
No,
Okay.
I think the smart thing is to it is trying to get away. It is seemingly near death. We need to kill it to get rid of one of the enchantments on Hekaton. It needs to die.
Okay, then. Here we go. I'm targeted already, right?
Nice pep talk.
All right.
It must die.
You're 130 feet away from its
Token.
right, but all of his tentacles are also 100 feet down, and they're raised 30 feet in the air. So they are 70 feet down, so you're 130 feet away from even the tentacles.
So I will have to drop down a bit. Sorry. Tori had me switch the sides of my computers, so I'm all thrown off. So I'd have to drop down at least 10 feet to get within 120, right?
Yes.
Okay. That'll do. Actually. Cool. And then, yeah. So I'm going to quicken a casting of Eldritch Blast. 1.
That's a
Fuck you.
miss.
2.
That'll hit.
3. 4. And then I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast with my action. Yes. Three. Oh no!
Oh, that's a miss.
4.
Ooh.
Is it too late to use my inspiration on one of those misses?
Yes.
That's my turn.
That's it.
That's action, bonus action, movement. That's all I got. Oh, and I will, just in case, I will use my item interaction to stow the wand of magic. Oh no, I would have done that. I had to do that first.
Right.
Never mind.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I have an open hand with no rod or wand in it at all.
All right. Very good. All right. Vark is still no Chris. Okay. Let's see. He is 30 feet up. The nearest tentacle is 70 feet down. I mean, he's gonna. He wants to hit it, right?
Does he have to?
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Does he have to take the attack action to get his bonus action attack?
Yes. Right. So.
What was the question?
Does he have to take the attack action to get his frenzied rage bonus action attack?
I don't know.
So. Let me see. Frenzied rage.
I mean, is he too far away to use his action to attack?
Yeah, he's only got
because
60
he's.
feet.
So he's 100 feet away from the nearest tentacle. Frenzy. Oh, he used one of his.
Barbarians don't get any kind of like bonus action dash or something, right?
No.
No.
I think some classes get like a bonus to their movement speed, but or maybe they get it at a certain level. But I don't know enough about barbarians. They don't cast magic, so
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, he's gonna fly down, right? So he's gonna go a little closer here, and then he's gonna fly down 60 feet. And then he's gonna dash, right? He's gonna dash. He'll get down to there. He's gonna get down a little bit closer, just so it can't get away from him. And he's right next to the tentacle. Now that he's close enough, at the end of his turn, the Kraken, who doesn't like...
Wait.
Oh.
Looking at... Is this... Yeah, I think this is the right one. Starting at... when you choose this path at 3rd level, you can go into a frenzy when you rage. If you do so for the duration of your rage, you can make a single melee weapon attack as a bonus action on each of your turns after this one.
Ooh, okay. All right. Nice. So, yeah, he gets a bonus action attack. Fantastic.
Berserker.
Let me get an attack here. Oh, and that's a hit.
Yes.
All right, fantastic.
Oh no! Okay.
Nice.
Oh, and he fucking
Yes!
does it. He fucking does
yeah!
it. Look at that. He had
That
one
sucks,
extra.
man. That sucks for poor
Fuck
Chris.
you.
Man.
And he lets go of me. I'm
That's
ungrappled.
fantastic. Yeah, so he hits
Fucker.
the tentacle, right, and it just starts spurting ichor everywhere, and the Kraken's just like he starts thrashing, and the water starts foaming everywhere, and you see him sink down underneath the waves.
Look at the size of that skull. Look
Oh,
at that. It's
man.
a big ass skull. Nice. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So that will do it for the Kraken. And Neeb,
Good job, y'all.
you
job.
are released.
Cool.
Let's see. Yeah, I think that's so that's gonna be it for him.
If you enjoy my slime in the afterlife.
Nick, how close was I?
He had 19 hit points left. And he was gonna get really nasty after that. He was really unhappy. That
So,
should be
like-
that should be a lesson to me to not wait.
Not wait.
Not wait.
Yeah, because we're the friggin' folk band.
Yeah, and you waited.
I waited one round too long.
Yeah, I knew you had something just the way you were talking. You were like, I mean, he's not happy and blah 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 blah.
He's not. He was gonna power word kill Mam and feeble mind Zwasos.
Jesus.
Too bad.
I really had an ethical dilemma because he wanted to power word kill Zwasos, but Zwasos is the only one with Revivify, so he'd be dead, and no one would be able to bring him back.
Don't we have a casting with the druids?
Yeah, but where are they?
Yeah, it'd have to be within 1 minute.
I thought they had an extended. I thought it was like 10 minutes or something that we had to.
Oh, they did. That's right. I forgot about that. Okay.
But
Could they get to us within 10 minutes?
Or could you get Zwasos' body to them in 10 minutes?
I think we could.
Yeah, we could.
But
we could,
I'm glad we didn't have to find out.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
could create
but that's
flying
right. I
fireballs,
forgot. I can go
guess.
ahead and kill Zwasos in the future because then someone else can raise him. All right. Okay. So, you are technically not out of combat. So we're gonna. I suppose we're gonna keep going here. No, you know what? I'm gonna end combat because this guy's hiding, so he's not gonna.
But we know he's in there.
If he
We do know
decides
he's
to
in
come out and spring a trap and attack you, then we'll roll initiative at that point. All right. So I'm going to clear initiative here.
Maybe the guy hiding can join the party. Maybe you can try to use
Wait a minute. Okay, so when haste...
persuasion.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What happens when... Oh, I'm in the wrong one. What happens when haste ends?
I believe it just says that I can't take actions or move until after my next
Lethargy.
turn.
Okay, all right, fantastic. So
But it doesn't
you're not
use the
like
word
incapacitated, right? So you don't lose concentration. That's all I was wondering.
Nope.
Okay, all right, fantastic. Okay, yeah. So, so the Kraken bubbles and slashes, and you see the bubbles start to come up from the depths as his body sinks down underneath the water 100 feet down. One thing you also see is one set of chains holding Hekaton. You see the light in the chains flash and then go dark. And so there's one set of chains that is still lit holding Hekaton down.
Out of how many?
There's two sets of chains.
Okay. Is Hekaton
We have the
unconscious?
spell.
Is he responsive? Is he...
His eyes are closed, and you're not close enough to, I guess, ask him questions or see if he's responsive.
Until we get both of them off, we're not gonna know because he's subdued by the.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's conscious, then we could talk to him. I imagine still.
Yeah, but that's the spell is putting him under. The two chains are part of the spell, so we have to get the chains off. So one chain is done with the Kraken, and then we have that thing that the storm giants or the hill giants, the giants gave us.
Stone giants.
Stone giants.
Can I fly back up onto the ship?
I'm like.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Do that unlocked. Yeah, go ahead. I unlocked the tokens.
Oh,
Okay, so I'm so sorry that I seem to be like having like a total blank out on this because
welcome to my world.
like I don't really remember any of this stuff about the chains and the enchantments on them and stuff. Honestly, until I zoomed in just now, I thought they were rope just because of the color.
Sure.
So, so I'm very sorry to waste time asking for clarification.
So there is two enchantments. One was the Kraken. One is the fucking elven bitch, whatever that we're chasing. The chains... Ebondeath, thank you. The chains are just the visual representation. The Kraken is now dead. That spell is gone. We still have to get rid of Ebondeath's hold on Hekaton. Until that is gone, we've not got to wake up. As far as we know.
Well, shit.
And one of our boons from the stone giants was the stone of something that Ma'am has that can once per year remove a strong magical barrier or enchantment or something.
Yeah, that's correct.
So we have what we need to free him.
Oh, cool, great.
But that is why killing the Kraken was
top priority. I'm all caught up now. I'm so sorry.
It has been months. You are fine.
That's fair.
Is Ma'am able to get back up at this point?
Yeah, it's been 6 seconds. You can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am was just like laying starfish back on the rock, and like as Vark gets that finishing blow, she just like fist up, just
like with her last ounce of strength.
Yeah. And then as like she gives it another couple, if it was still in initiative, she'd give it a couple rounds, but she just picks herself up and is gonna fly down to the deck with everyone else.
Okay. And within about 15 to 20 seconds after its death, you see that the storm that you're in kind of blows itself out, and the sun comes out, and the rocks start chirping.
Need a shower before Vark did.
The rocks chirp. What?
Ma'am will drop concentration just for what it's worth, because she is concerned about the structural integrity of the ship being just supported here and here.
And the chirping rocks. That's also really.
And the chirping rocks is
disturbing.
Okay, yeah, and you see the water rushes in to fill that 100-foot cube that Ma'am had removed the water from.
Yeah, we're all hurting.
Yeah, that was...
Wow.
That thing was strong.
That was strong. That was a good job.
I'd say yes.
We can't hear you, Michael, if you're talking to us.
I was saying I'm so mad because, like, I was so stoked because I got to... I wanted to be all, like, 2-0 against Kraken.
You are 2-0 against Krakens.
Yeah, but I got to kill the last one.
Well, Zwasos doesn't get to kill everything.
Yeah.
I mean...
Didn't get to kill Ebondeath.
And that was
Zwasos is very conflicted because Zwasos, like, reveres Ma'am very much for her, strategic acumen and her magical, abilities and all this other stuff, and and how cool she is. Just, like, she's just so freaking cool.
And how
but like, he doesn't like being
that kill was
especially
so
when.
What's that, Mario?
Anyway,
I don't know if magic being Krakens count.
I mean,
wasn't that a magic?
It was.
Ma'am snorts out her trunk. Neve says that.
Beans don't count.
No, we all killed the Kraken. It was a group effort. The folk band is 2-0.
Nix is like slowly walking up to the rest of the group. I didn't do shit to that Kraken. Did you see how far down you disappeared in the ocean? Holy shit.
A really, really small part of it. And I didn't actually disappear. I just moved it to the side. There's so much water that like moving that small an amount, relatively speaking, it just looks like it goes away. But it just the relative. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Nix is just looking up at Ma'am with like these big, like, you know when the cat's eyes go from like pinpoint to like like big, like just like big.
That's when you know they're frisky.
Anyways, we should we free the king here?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's only been the goal for the past I don't even know how long since we came back from the Feywild.
Yeah. All right.
3 days ago.
Do the thing.
I'm gonna try something here first. And Mam's just gonna try casting a 7th level dispel magic.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
And actually, on that note, Zwasos is, just in case we get fucking something, Zwasos is gonna twin a heal on Mam and Vark.
Oh, thank you.
A 7th level. So that'd be...
Okay.
cast at
I
7.
need Mam to do an intelligence ability check.
Gotcha.
Who has the ability to help?
I clicked off the spell slot before use of the power.
Think that this could be helped, I would imagine.
No.
Right, because this is for the
no,
dispel
this
magic.
Is, yeah, this is you casting a spell.
Come on.
Oh, crap. Dang it.
It does not work.
Oh, that's just a straight
okay.
intelligence
That's
check.
okay. I'm gonna do a 3rd level.
Okay.
Dispel magic.
Give me an intelligence ability check. Unfortunately, it absorbs the power of the spell, and you see the light stays active.
Mam snorts. Another 3rd level.
Okay. Another ability check. Oh!
Oh my god!
Oh, man! Yeah, it's not gonna do it.
Nick. Oh, I'm sorry. You can finish what you're doing.
4th time's the charm.
How many spell slots you got left? Nope.
Alright, that was my inspiration.
Okay.
Another 3rd level. My last 3rd level.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Oh,
That's not gonna do it. That's not gonna do it.
Mam's so mad.
Ooh.
Okay. This is the last time. This is
Okay.
last time. My 4th level. Alright. Come on.
Oh my...
I'm so sorry.
Is there anything? Can we give inspiration? Can we give? No, it's spell slot based.
Wait.
Nick, while Justin's thinking...
Could guidance be used on that?
I don't think so.
Because I believe... I can't remember if we made it official, but we talked about a table rule where guidance is a reaction. It is concentration, though, so I'd have to drop less.
I mean, I'm assuming I'm hoping we're done.
I mean, yeah.
Because I just used all my spell slots.
Yeah.
Yeah, guidance is able to be used on a... So
So, yeah, but what do you have left for spell slots, Justin?
I could use my 6th level.
Oh my god.
So 6th level Dispel Magic without advantage.
With guidance.
Nothing we could do to get advantage on that check, right?
Nah.
Anything we could do, a 6th level Dispel Magic at a +4.
Here's the thing. I'm just trying to not save
Yeah.
I'm saving the stone for a
Right.
potential another. Like, we can
Something
use
else.
the stone. It's not the end of the world.
Right.
I mean,
right.
Might as well
do it.
use.
Worst case scenario, I'll recast Blast.
You didn't cast. Oh, yeah. I mean, this bless is
Okay.
not Zwasos's.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's, Amos has fly.
Oh, that's right. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah.
All right, so I will cast. Hang on. Let me untarget Nick. While, if you wouldn't mind, I messed up. Believe it or not. And so, could you please? God damn it!
What? Spit it out.
Did you leave this out?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Could you please add 10 hit? Could you please
What?
give 10 hit points each to Mam and Vark? I had intended to do a 7th level, but then I messed up on my
Okay.
heal.
Okay. Why 10? I thought heal was just a straight 70.
Heal is a straight 70, but I had intended to do a 7th level heal. So I went to upcast to 7th level, but I had also unclicked my 7th level spell slot because I was going to cast it at 7th level. So it was like, no, you can't do that because you don't have a 7th level spell slot. And I was like, oh, so I unclicked my 7th level spell slot and then went to do it again, not realizing that my upcast had cleared. So I wound up casting a 6th level. Mechanically in the,
Okay.
as far as the program's concerned.
Mechanically,
And-
okay. I'm confused because it.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. I see. So it healed 70, but you intended to cast it at 7th level, which does 80. Okay. Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
Now, are you casting guidance for Ma'am?
I believe I have already.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay. So Bless is
Alright.
gone.
It looks like you may have put the effect on yourself. Or no, you got the
Yes.
concentration on yourself.
Oh, okay.
Alright, here we go.
Alright.
Big money. Big money.
No ways.
Yeah! I didn't roll the blast, so I'll just throw a d4.
You don't need it. You don't need it.
23!
All right. Yeah. So you see the spell take hold, and you see the lights on the chain start to dim, and then burst a light, and then go dark. And you hear kind of a, and you see King Hekaton open his eyes, and
Shine.
he sees you immediately, ma'am, right? Because you're standing right there, and he just his eyes kind of fix on you. How did my guard get here? Where am I?
Oh, that's right. He thinks you're part of the guard because you're a large Luxada.
Yeah, no, not,
He starts to look around a little bit.
not quite. You're, quite a ways, west of the whale boats in the middle of the ocean.
And he's right. He puts his hand to his head for a second and kind of sits up. Wait. He gets a good look at you, right? And who are you? You're not one of mine. Who? And he looks over at Vark and he's like, he sees Neeb.
Hello.
I pop up behind them. Hi, we the fuck band.
Yeah, we are.
And then he sees like the other storm giants right are there, and they all kind of like bow and take a knee. "My king, we thought you dead." And he kind of like sits up and puts his hands down on the deck and like pushes himself up into like a sitting position. Ugh. I feel muddled. What happened? Where am I? How did I get here? And who are you?
Well, there's a funny thing about that. There was a story about a Kraken and a Dracolich named Ebondeath. Don't know if
his
those
eyes
ring a
like
bell.
Ebondeath. The Ebondeath did this.
Oh, and just telepathic bond still going. So Zwasos, before potentially saying something insensitive, is going to telepathic bond. Does he know about his wife?
Telepathic bond. Pretty sure he was on the way to find out what happened to her.
That's right, I do remember that. Ebondeath is also not directly responsible, but he's the guy. He's the source of what happened to your wife.
The Queen Mary.
I knew it.
Sorry. My respects.
I knew it wasn't the small folk.
I mean, it was also Uther.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just a traitorous
My brother?
bitch.
And the Zentara. Like, so it was Uthor by way of Ebondeath. Like, Ebondeath manipulated Uthor into hiring the Zentara.
My brother?
Directly.
That can't be
Yes.
Uthor.
Oh yeah, your brother's bad dude. He's not you should.
And he looks to the storm giants, right? He's like, "Is this true about Uthor?" And one of them lifts his head. "Your daughter Sarissa has him in the dungeons. These folk band produced evidence that your brother was in league with the Zentarum." Then he kind of bows his head again. And Hekaton just like bellows, like you see his face just turn to like pure rage, and he just bellows, "Bring me Uthor! You!" And he kind of like looks down at his like chest, and he's like, "Where is it? Where is it?
Where's what?
My conch shell, where is it?" And he stands up and he starts like looking around the ship. "Find it."
Oh dear. So you've been unconscious for months. People thought you were dead.
Months?
Yeah, everybody's thought you were dead. There's been a huge...
The Ordning was broken.
There's been a scene.
There's been a lot.
Whole war.
Only the Allfather can break the Ordning.
Yeah,
we
that's why
talked
we're
with
here,
him.
actually, because we talked to the Allfather. The Allfather said the only way to, stop the war and, like, put everything back together was you. And then we were like, we thought you were dead. Sorry about that, by the way. And he's like, actually, no, it's the Kraken and Ebondeath and Mordecai. And you...
How is Morkoth involved?
Yeah. Morkoth, yes. You see, like, the journal just get flopped out, and, like, all of the red string and everything starts connecting. Yeah, so we've been working on this for months, and we're sorry we thought we were dead. We came back from another realm and got dropped in the middle of all this. And we also pissed off, like, 2 or 3 gods along the way. So,
Yeah.
You're good at that.
So the Allfather says that he wanted you back, and you're the only one to put everything back in order. So congratulations, that's a lot of pressure.
Hardly. I have brought the giants together once. I can do it again.
I mean, let's be real. It's kind of already done. We kind of did it.
Hey, you're welcome.
Chris, welcome.
Yeah, I thought that was him.
Right. You killed the Kraken, by the way.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah, Vark!
literally you.
Vark did? Let's
Yeah.
fucking go.
Or I killed
Yeah.
the Kraken.
I'm in my car right now. I'm almost home.
Okay, awesome. Zwasos might have helped a little bit with the Kraken. I couldn't hear
That
whatever
makes
it
me
was you
happy.
just said. I think it was something like, I love you guys.
It was definitely much. I love you guys. Also, that 120 damage on that last turn.
Just that last turn. Jesus. Always
That's
the
with two. That's with two
always the
Eldritch
bridesmaid, never the bride. He is just a damage dealing machine. All right,
it's
yeah.
hard to tell.
So he's looking around, right? And so he starts to pace in this cargo hold, right? And he starts to like grab any box he can and just starts like ripping it apart. Where's my stuff? Where's my conch shell?
Stop.
Where's my stuff?
I need to get
I mean,
back
it's
to
just
the
kind
Maelstrom.
of like watching bemused, like, huh.
I'll take it.
So this is the guy.
And he gets so he starts there's a small door over here, right? There's another one under here that leads to like what looks like a separate room.
Oh, there's the guy. There's the guy down in the boat. We should see if he knows anything.
Sure.
So Hekaton, right? So he like reaches out and just like grabs the entire door like by the door frame, right, and just like crushes it in his hand and rips it out of the wooden kind of wall here. And he brings his head really close to the door, and he kind of looks in and he's like, "Oh, there's a desk." And he goes in and he like grabs the entire desk. His hand just like goes through the door and he grabs this desk and he pulls it out. And he just like smashes it on the ground and starts to like look through to see if there's anything. Damn it. And he looks around. You all. In that room, is there anything of mine in there? It's a black conch shell. It's about this big. I need that to get back to the Maelstrom.
I mean, yeah, we can go check. Please wouldn't kill you.
He kind of looks at you and kind of cocks his head. Please?
Yeah, right. Ma'am, I imagine at this point getting less big again.
Okay.
We'll go in and have a look around.
Okay. So you go in there, right? And there's, as you walk in to the right, there's a couple of pretty large like chests, and then to the left, like right up against the wall, as you walk in, you see this little guy, kind of like sitting against the side of the wall, and he's like trembling, and he sees you, and he's like. He points to the chest. He's like,
Ma'am's just going to barely even acknowledge him and just go to the chest.
okay, all right. So there's two of them there, and they're pretty good size, right? Like they're probably both of them probably come up to Ma'am's waist, right? They're probably about like 4 feet tall by about 5 feet wide. Doesn't look to be any type of a locking mechanism on them.
Open them up.
Okay. Yep. So as you open both of them up, so one of them you can see is full of what looks like giant clothing, right? Like it's leathers, and there's a few there's a giant like knife, and then the other one you can see what looks like there's like a giant pair of boots, and then if you move the boots out of the way, you can see that there's this long what looks like silver chain, And at the bottom of the chain, you do see there's this large black conch shell that looks exactly like the one you all used with the stone giants to get to the Maelstrom.
What's in the other chest?
The other one has most of the clothing.
Oh, okay.
And the knife. Yep.
Is Mame able to lift the boxes? Can she push them? Like,
yeah. I would say that Mam is strong enough to at least drag the boxes out.
yeah.
If not, I'd give you a hand.
Okay. Yeah. Between the two of you, you can each grab like a handle on either side and just carry them out.
Yeah. Is there anything else in that room?
You can see there's a chair. It looks like where the desk was, and on the other, like where the little guy is, you can see that there's another. Not so much a desk as like a table, but it's covered in like papers and like nautical maps and charts and stuff.
Ma'am just kind of standing in the middle of the room, not facing the guy in there or anything, is just going to say, Man, wish I knew if there was anything else good in here.
And the guy's like kind of sitting there in the corner, and he's just like, and he like points to the other side of the boat.
All right. Ma'am starts to walk out, and as she does, she looks back and just says, I think you got yourself a new ship. Don't be a dick about it. And is just going to walk out.
And he's like... And this guy's like 3 feet tall, right? And he's one of the strangest things you've ever seen, right? Like, he's just this really strange looking thing, and he's got these like long tentacles for hair. It's just really strange looking.
Man's got a real soft spot for little guys. What can I say? Yeah, so I think your stuff's probably in there.
Yeah, so he kind of opens them up, and he's like, good. He's wearing like, he's got like no shirt on, and he's just wearing kind of like, I guess, cloth pants or whatever. So he goes into them. He's like, oh, good. And he starts, he puts on his jacket and his nice pair of pants and his boots, and you see he puts the little knife, at his belt. And he kind of pats it. He's like, it's good to have a weapon. Ah, my conch shell. Good. I need to return to the Maelstrom. And he kind of like looks around. Will you come with me? It seems that you have some information I'd like to have. And it sounds like you may have already met with my daughter. Is that true? She's acting in my place. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Could you give us just like 5 minutes?
Of course. And he goes over and he like clasps hands with one of his storm giants.
What are we gonna do with the dude left over?
I think he's fine. Don't worry about him.
But he's got the face that looks like ears.
Yeah, and you've got a face that looks like a beak. And I've got a face that looks like a dick. What do you want?
Your face
looks like a dick. Anyway.
Come on, we've all been thinking it. It's the elephant in the room.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
That's good.
Well, we have the telepathic bond with Snacks, so...
Oh my god.
Yeah, thanks for all of your strategic input, Snacks.
Leadership.
Yes.
Kraken's dead.
Yeah, Snacks can't hear you.
Why not?
Because he's not part of the bond.
He's not?
Oh,
Oh no,
I
that's
think
right.
it was
Communicated by a
Bubble and Amos.
Yeah.
I can't communicate with Amos though.
No, I think we included Amos on the telepathic bond.
I think it was just Bubble.
Was it just Bubble?
Because Snex keeps talking to Bubble, saying, "Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on."
And Bubbles preens.
Yeah, Bubble's totally just ignoring him.
Yes.
So he has no idea.
Everybody on the airship should know. I guess I don't care about snacks.
I can. If I get a short rest, I can do ascending. But yeah, I think we should just search the rest of the ship and
well, I guess
go
they
with
saw
these guys back to the Maelstrom
too. Like they can probably see by now. I don't know how far away they are.
They were just outside
the
storm.
Weren't they at least would have seen that the storm dissipated, right? They may not be able to see, a mile into the storm or a half mile to actually see you, but they can see that the storm is gone. So, they can probably infer that
something's gone down.
That you've been successful, or
or that it's safe to move closer. Perhaps, I don't know.
They're probably not going to move closer until I hear from you, but.
Well, we should forget.
So do we want to search the rest of the ship real quick?
Absolutely, we do.
Yes.
Right, yeah, so there's really only one other place, right? So the hold is pretty much holding Hekaton, and you can see that there were a few crates that he smashed. Looks like maybe there was some foodstuffs in those. If you go to the other kind of hold area, when you open it up, you can see that there's like a couple of beds in there, and each bed has like a small chest at the foot of the bed, and then there's like one table up against the wall that looks like it's got like a little inkwell and a couple of sheets of paper.
And is there anything written on is there any documents on or in the desk?
So you look at the desk and hang on, I gotta find it. I don't even know. Freaking okay. Hang on. What is this thing? Of course. Yeah, and so you can see that there's probably a couple of sheets of paper, mostly notes about what seems to be the islands in the area, like how to navigate between the islands. You can see that one of them has a small section on what looks to be like a section of coral that they have to avoid, and then one of them seems to be like kind of poetic musings of maybe one of the creatures you killed, comparing the salt air to the life force of the universe. Very, very nice. Very nicely written.
Sounds it. Nothing in any of the chests?
Yeah, as you open the chest, you see that a couple of them have what look to be a few small weapons, not anything major. Clearly, these were spellcasters. A couple of component pouches, and one of them has a small pouch that has what looks to be a couple of gemstones and some coins in them.
Okay. Among any of the components that they have, is there anything that resembles Mayhem's chalk or our familiar incense?
No, it's mostly just other stuff.
Bat guano and copper wire.
Right, there's no bat guano because they can't cast fireball, but that was the first thing I thought, and they don't have that. The other stuff.
Okay, then we'll. I know there's something, and do I understand canonically, Nick, that we've searched the entire ship, like the hold in the front and the back, and
yeah, you searched the hold, which had the smashed boxes full of like foodstuffs. Mam searched the other one, which had the 2 big chests with his stuff and the nautical stuff.
Okay.
And then the other one has the two chests and the poems.
Okay. I guess we're ready to go then? Question mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Nick, correct me if I'm wrong. I cannot communicate with Amos from this distance.
That is correct.
Yes. Because Amos is different from Bubble. Like a different version of a familiar. Or something.
No, my understanding is that Bubble has the telepathic bond.
Yeah.
That's how you can talk to Bubble. The spell, telepathic bond.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, just the same way that I included Bubble on the casting of all of us in telepathic bond.
I didn't.
Otherwise, it's the same exact, I think, 100 feet communication.
Can Bubble speak?
No.
Cool. All right. Well.
I did think that I had cast it on Amos though, but maybe not.
See, I thought you had said, well, I can communicate with Bubble by this other means, so I will instead target one of the other giants.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
Zwasos will use prestidigitation to send fireworks into the air and be like,
Woo!
we win.
Awesome.
Thaumaturgy, the boom, Kraken's dead, Hekaton's free, we're on our way to the Maelstrom.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Okay, and you're a half mile away.
XOXO.
Bubble, Mim will send a telepathic communication to Bubble, and tell him to try and get the attention of the druids. And wait, no, that was the thing. The druids can speak with animals. That was what. Yes, yeah, okay. That was the thought.
Sounds good.
That the druids could speak.
I don't remember how that was all planned out, but that sounds good. Let's do that.
So I'll just have Bubble go and get the druids' attention, and tell them hey, they're all good. Going to the Maelstrom. Do we want them to meet us somewhere?
I mean, the Maelstrom's not on this plane of existence, right? So they can't follow us there.
Yes, it is.
I think it's just underwater, right?
Oh, never mind then. Yeah, I guess they should meet us. The closest cities, not Neverwinter, the other
Waterdeep.
city. Huh?
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep. Yes, is that right?
From where you are now, yes.
Okay.
Waterdeep is the closest.
Yeah, send them back
city.
to Waterdeep and tell them we'll meet them there via teleportation circle when we're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll probably beat them there, but
I will do a quick reminder that for a bonus action, you can dismiss and then resummon your familiar if you want to.
So
you could if you wanted to just leave, if you just wanted to leave Snex with the druids, you could both pull Bubble and Amos back to you with just a couple of bonus actions.
Thank you so much, Nick.
Sure.
Zwasos would, of course, remember that.
Right, exactly.
Right. Yeah, I want Amos.
Yeah. Poof.
Amos! Yeah, I love you so much.
All right.
And I'll give him scritches on his little head. And then he'll wonder what the hell I'm doing because he's very sophisticated.
Yes.
And he's not.
Yes, he'll yell at you in an Irish accent.
Scottish.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
Scottish.
Get off me.
What are you doing? It's ridiculous.
Disgusting.
Be so handsy.
I'm not a pet.
I'm my own person.
With his little beard, his little very well kempt, little pointy beard.
It's stop. Love you too.
I like to picture him wearing a suit,
suit. It's got a little
suit. A little suit with wing holes cut in it,
and a little hole for his tail. His barbed tail.
A very dapper suit.
Very dapper. All right. Okay. Anything else you want to do?
Maybe one more time go back into the first room with the little guy and just look at him and be like, so hey, let's level.
So when
is he still there?
When you walk in the second time, right, like he's at the desk, like poring over the maps and stuff, and like he turns around and he's like,
no, we're good. I just want to be clear. Like, is there any other good stuff here? Just straight up. Because we looked over there and they were just like,
did you get the money and the gems?
Like a little bit of money and gems in a pouch.
Yeah, yes. A circle had the money and the gems, but you didn't really give us any.
Okay, that was it. So he wasn't holding any like super powerful magic. You can talk.
Yeah.
Speak like our language. Okay,
I mean,
cool.
I speak common. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like a little bit. I mean, all the good stuff is in Morkoth's lair.
Do you know where that is?
I mean, it's down and then it's over and like it's really deep. I don't know exactly. Like he had us there once, but like he just teleported us in and out. So like I'm not sure exactly where it is, but like there's lots of stuff there.
How do you teleport you? Was it like a spell?
Yeah.
Is there like a circle involved, like some runes and stuff?
I don't think so. I don't remember there being
just
any
like
circles. He just like he wiggled his tentacles a little bit, and then like we were somewhere else.
Okay, and that place there wasn't like circles or anything like that.
No, I didn't see any circles. Mostly just like rocks and stuff, and like gold. He liked gold. There's a lot of gold down there.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna try to find it.
Can you breathe water?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So Ken, just to be, you're just gonna be cool. Like you're not gonna like kill people or anything.
No,
like
no, I'm good. Like I'm pretty happy to be alive. Like I didn't think that was gonna work out for me. So like if you're cool, I'm totally cool. Like we could be friends. Like that's cool.
All right, man. That's good for me. I mean, just remember we're the friggin' folk band, and if we ever catch wind that you're like doing bad stuff, we're gonna hunt you down and gut you like a fish. So
Yeah.
just
Okay.
keep that in mind.
Okay. That sounds more like what I'm used to. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but no, like we're cool. Hey, what's your name?
Jeshin.
Jeshin.
It's pronounced Jeshin. But I know you guys can't really do the sounds very well, so you can just call me Jeshin.
Yeah. Cool. I appreciate you, making that accommodation for my wordly palate. We're gonna get out of here. You, you do your thing, man. I guess we'll catch you later.
Awesome. Hey, thanks. I appreciate you not gutting me like a fish. That's cool.
Just remember, keep it on the level.
I'm good. No more, kidnapping for me. I'm just gonna see if I can find a big old treasure and then, I don't know, find a little coral reef somewhere to retire.
Right on, man. It's gonna dab him up like this 3 foot. And then just leave. Yeah, right. I'm good.
As you're leaving, you see him at the desk, and he's just like talking out loud, like, "That's fucking crazy. I can't believe I survived this. It's fucking awesome."
Guys back home would never believe this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna be fucking rich.
I think Mam is a little delusional from dropping haste.
Still a little kooky.
Yeah, all right, man, it's good.
All right, very good. All right, so once everyone's ready, you'll see that Hekaton kind of gathers everyone a little close. And you see that the rocks themselves actually fly off, right? Like, he's not going to teleport them into a citadel in the middle of the ocean. He's going to let them just fly away. And then he kind of holds on to his conch, says a few words similar to what Thane Kaelithka had done, and then you find yourselves transported to the Maelstrom. And I'm gonna stop sharing this map. Let's see if I have the Maelstrom. Oh, look at that, I do. That's nice. Okay. Alright, so we don't really need that map. So where's level 2? There's level 2, that's the one we want. Okay. And shoot, I'm gonna need a thing for her.
While you're doing this, I have to show everyone my new dabber. Because it's pretty. Oh, it lights up.
Damn, that's bright. I thought I saw some color going on over there.
Yeah.
That looks
That's
very
pretty
cool.
cool.
Yeah, it's my baby right here.
Jesus. All electric and everything, I assume?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
And thank God I work at a dispensary because I got a damn good deal on it.
That's definitely a perk.
Yeah, I don't even want to know what those things cost.
$400.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Alright, let's see.
Yep.
Let's get everybody. Everybody.
You're
I got it for less than
must be
200,
high.
though.
That just knocked me the F out.
Really? It's the only thing I
Yeah.
smoke.
Yeah. No, people live by the dab.
That's
I mean, it's just so much more convenient. Like this right here is the most convenient way I've ever smoked in my life.
Did I must have told you the story of my first dab. I thought it was like used it like a bong, so I touched the
Oops.
The banger?
yeah, they like burned the shit out of my
See, I
hand.
bet that felt real good.
Yeah.
Well, considering the atomizer in this thing heats up to 500 degrees, and that's low.
Yeah.
Your
Oh.
face heats up to 500 degrees.
Yeah,
Oh!
it does. Oh, and I also won't be here for most of March. I'm going to Florida.
Wow.
Oh, well, that's nice.
For a month? Holy shit.
I'm going down for 14 days, something like that.
What's in Florida?
Lake Okeechobee.
Cuckoo.
Going fishing. Me and a buddy of mine are driving down, bringing the boat down.
Sounds cool.
Ooh, that sounds like
That's
fun.
the idea. No wife, no kids, me, him, a bunch of weed, bunch of fish.
Bunch of
Nice.
dabs.
Catching
Yep.
big fish.
That actually sounds like the chillest time ever.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I have to say, if you do smoke weed, the shit that I'm smoking right now, no joke, tastes like grape Big League Chew.
That's disgusting. I can't do artificial grape.
What's the strain?
Anything artificial grape.
Grape gasoline.
Grape gasoline.
Gasoline.
And that's dab, not flour?
Correct.
Okay.
It's made by Snow Tree Farms. I got it at High Road, which is a dispensary out in Gray.
Okay.
So do you have mushrooms?
No,
I
but
don't think
yes.
you can buy those
Yeah, I
commercially
know.
yet.
That's the answer I was looking for. Thank you.
He has, hold on, these right here.
You get. Oh, those are.
Stilly
Okay.
caps. Psilocybin capsules.
I didn't know that
What's
was a
the,
thing.
it's called High
I
Road?
feel like I should
Yep.
be pausing the stream.
Hey, as long as
We're
it's
gonna gain some followers, maybe.
Actually,
Twitch or YouTube, it's legal. Because it's legal here.
Okay. That's
yeah.
cool. All right,
That's
so
the only thing.
I think we know why Mam was having some issues. So there was something in that haste spell. All right. So, you all find yourselves, you've been in the bottom of the Maelstrom before, right? So when you arrive via the conch shell, you arrive down in the bottom half of the Maelstrom. There's a couple
Guys,
of...
I'm so sorry to cut you off. I want to let you know I have to bring Logan to work. I'm going to follow along.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's
You're
where I'll
listening.
be.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
Okay. I don't know how he's listening. He just disconnected. But okay. I'll give him a moment to maybe realize he's not listening. There he is. Okay. And now he can hear us. Okay. So yeah, so you arrive at the first level of the Maelstrom. There are a couple of royal guards there. I don't know why the word is escaping me. Luxodon. There's a couple of Luxodon royal guards there. You know, they see you, and like you see immediately they see King Hekaton, and you know they're just like, right, and they go to one knee, and then they kind of pick their heads up, and they look at you, ma'am, and they do another bow. And they seem a little confused as to who they should be officially bowing to, right? So Hekaton comes in, and he just, you know, like, just walks right past them, right? Like, gives them a head nod and a bit of a wave and goes upstairs. He has no idea, right, that he's not still the current leader of everything in the world. So he just walks past the guards and takes you all up the circular stairs into the throne room, where he walks in, and just the hush that comes over the room immediately is just palpable, right? And you see Sarissa, like, her eyes open wide, and she stands up out of the throne room. And you see Jeshra is again sitting to Sarissa's left. Kind of the same kind of reaction. And Sarissa just bellows out, "Father!" And she just runs over and, like, greets him with a massive embrace, right? And so he comes up to her and gives her the brace. "Oh, my daughter, well done holding things down. These folk band have told me some of what has happened, but I think perhaps the..." Michael, can you mute if you're not talking up? Thank you. Will you please tell me, catch me up, tell me what has happened here? And she says, "Oh, yeah, of course." And then she kind of brings him up to speed, right? She tells him that, after he disappeared, looking for answers, that they couldn't reach him. They weren't sure if he was dead because they couldn't reach him, via Speak with Dead. They didn't know what had happened to him, and that you had showed up, and shared kind of their interactions with you. She shared what happened with Uthor, as well as what you've said that Uthor had done, about your conversation with the Allfather, and how he explained that the Ordning was broken due to his disgust with how Uthor was handling things, and that no one knew that he had betrayed everyone. And so it takes probably a solid half hour, and I assume that you all fill in some blanks here and there as well. Jeshra meets him and explains her treatment under Uthor, to which Hekaton is obviously disgusted. He mentions that their people have always been, allies and not master versus slave. And he apologizes for what happened while he was gone. And Sarissa officially, steps down off the throne and offers the throne back to him now that he's, has returned. So she'll move over and you kind of notice, I'll say, both Zwasos and Ma'am kind of notice when he sits on the throne that there's a bit of a kind of a magical flash, as if he were attuning to the throne. And after that flash, he kind of relaxes a little bit. It seems I owe you more than just my freedom, folk band. I'm impressed. My wife has long been a proponent of peace and more with the small folk. I'll admit that our people have thought you weak, but I see perhaps that's not the case. You have my thanks. I wish to discuss what is going on with the Ebondeath. If he was a part of my capture and he's a part of what's going on here, I will be going after him. I defeated him once, and I'll do it again. And you see Sarissa kind of hold her hand over to his arm. Father, we need you to rebuild the Ordning. I'm not sure now is the right time to go after Ebondeath. He kind of looks at her. What say you, folk band? What is happening with this Ebondeath? Do you know where he is? Are you hunting him?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I mean, we know where his
I got a score to
is.
settle.
You do? Do you know what his phylactery is? We weren't able to destroy it last time, and that's why he still lives.
Oh, I guess we don't know what.
I see. But you know where it is, at least.
Yeah.
Well,
that was kind of our
hopefully that's
next
enough.
big thing.
I see. Okay. All right. Well, good. I think Sarissa is right. As much as I would like to come with you, I have a kingdom to rebuild and allies to reform. It seems as though most of the giants have stopped their warring. Is that correct? And Sarissa,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Think except the fire giant, if I'm not mistaken.
And Sarissa agrees. Yes, we've communicated with all but the hill giants and the fire giants. The fire giants, we understand, are still waging war, but the hill giants, while they seem to be ignoring our requests to speak, they have not been hostile. We're not sure, but we're also not terribly worried about the hill giants. And Hekaton says, okay, well then, I'm going to have to deal with the fire giants. I have something for you, folk band. Something that helped me defeat Ebondeath the first time. It is the least that I can do for you, saving me and my kingdom. And then he turns to one of the guards. Bring me the azure chest from my chambers. Yes, sir. And you see the guard kind of takes off. It takes him maybe a few minutes to come back, and he's holding a fairly giant-sized chest that's kind of a a deep ocean blue, right? And he brings it to King Hekaton, who sets it down in front of him and opens it up, and he lifts out of it this beautiful shimmering cloak, right? It's giant-sized, and it looks like it belongs on a King of Kings. And he kind of drapes it over his arm and he holds it out. This is my gift to you. And he's going to... let's see. And he's going to hand it over to you. The first time we went after Ebondeath, we knew he would slip between worlds. This is a cloak of etherealness. With this, you can slip back and forth between the ethereal plane, something we know he likes to do. If he can't escape, then you can kill him.
This is a big deal. This is gonna make a difference. That engaging. Yeah. Thank you. You will put it to good use.
Make sure he doesn't fuck off while you're trying to kill him.
Yeah. No, he has a way of doing that.
He does.
Yeah, you know that Kraken tried to do the same thing?
They always run in the end.
Yeah, big talk. Lot of talk. And they run.
You know,
Yeah, till the folk band comes.
if I had a dime for every time someone evil tried to talk their way out of getting smashed.
I hear you on that.
Is there anything else I can do?
Mam's gonna, like, look back at the folk band, like, do we have anything else to ask of him?
And he'll stand up from his throne, and he'll kind of, as much as possible, right? Because he's a friggin' giant, and most of you are, you know, on the large end of medium. But he'll come over and kind of like give a finger for each one of you to like clasp hands with, right? I appreciate what you've done, not only for my people, but for the entire kingdom. I didn't know there were small folk that had such power. Consider the storm giants friends.
Appreciate that. And just to be clear, friends of all small folk?
I think the time has come for that, yes. I will endeavor to treat the small folk with more respect. Clearly you've earned it.
Appreciate that.
Awesome.
There is just one more thing. And Ma'am kind of like takes the amulet of twins out from like beneath her tunic. Certain arrangements need to be discussed.
And he squints a little bit. And he looks over at Jeshra and looks back at you. Is that the amulet of the twins?
Yeah.
I did not realize the time had come. Well.
Yeah.
He looks over at Jeshra and he kind of does kind of a head bow. It seems that your time as leader has come to an end. I hope that you will stay and act as an advisor. As for you, it seems that you are now the leader of the Loxodon. It seems a new arrangement or none? What is it that you wish to change? Your people are welcome here, but they're also welcome to leave if that is your wish.
I mean, here's the thing. It's not so much about what I want. I'm wondering what they want.
That's fair.
Now, I've already said this to Jeshra. There's kind of a lot going on right now.
Indeed.
I don't really have time to be, having the fuddy-duddy conversation. But, I think for the time being, Jeshra, if you're open to it, being an advisor is probably a good position.
And she speaks up. Of course. That is what I have done, and now that King Hekaton has returned, I think things will go back to being good. But you will have some decisions to make. And when you're ready to come back and make those decisions, we will be here to listen. Hekaton has always treated us with respect. So, my fears are not as bad as they were under Uthor. But I will continue to maintain the relationship here until you wish to return and make changes.
Can I actually need Pokes' head out back? I actually have one proposition.
Oh? Speak
Not
it.
proposition, question.
Of course.
I come from a land of bonds people, and I was wondering if you could free the bondsmen of the land and make it right in that area of the world. If you have the power.
I don't know that my voice is enough, but I will stand with you against the bondsmen of the world.
The keeper of the bondsmen. Okay, cool.
The storm giants keep no slaves.
As no one should.
Agreed.
Okay.
We would be your allies in the stamping out of such a practice, if you wish it.
I do.
Very well.
Yes. Free the bondsmen of Grungland. We shall.
Well, yeah. I will use my voice to tell those that we have relationships with that this is something that will not be tolerated. But beyond that, we will stand physically with any who wish to fight against such practices.
Cool.
You let us know when you need us, and I can send troops. Our first priority is going to be the fire giants. We will bring them back under control. But there will be other times that we can help. Again, let me know if there's an excursion that you need our help with. And in the meantime, we'll use policy to try to end this practice.
Neve, if you want to go and try to do that, we got your back, right?
I like that.
No. It's been a torment of mine for these past few months, and my morality has been going through the blender. I will speak upon this later. Now's not the time, but I will speak upon it. I feel I must take action. Fate has directed me towards a different mission. A mission of...
Understood.
A mission of...
Nice.
Emancipation.
What a proclamation.
Beat me to it.
Neeb's come so far. I'm so proud of him.
It's all because of you.
Love some character.
I love you, folk band.
Hey, let's just make sure we're all getting it right. It's the friggin' folk man.
That's right.
I jump up and down.
Well, I suppose we're off to go after a Draco Lich?
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Sounds fun. And there were a couple of platinum.
What time of day is it right now?
That is an excellent question. So I would say it's about 2 p.m.
We're certainly not just going to teleport to Waterdeep, hop on the airship, and fly to the Mirror of Dead Man. I don't imagine. Would imagine we at least want a long rest.
Yeah. And I mean, there's got to be some kind of like, I would expect something to happen along the lines of some kind of like revelry, some kind of, thing. The return of Hekaton and, the blah, 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 and so on and so forth.
Return to the Jedi.
I do have questions about the cloak and how it works, and we'll have to talk about how we're going to implement that into our strategy.
Okay.
But, whatever.
So I guess that kind of leads into what I was like, do we want to stay, see if we can stay here for the night and go to Waterdeep in the morning? Do we want to head out now and potentially touch base with some of our other contacts?
Well,
I mean, I certainly I don't imagine there would be more potions ready for us, since I think we got those yesterday.
I think maybe not even.
No, I think it was the day before today, in game, at least.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
I am. I'm so sorry that I can't remember if anybody does. Did any of our shopping excursions lead us to picking up any jewel encrusted bowls? Did Zwasos think to acquire that spell component?
Got a couple.
We could have a
Because
couple.
you had them and you forgot to use it before we fought the Kraken. And
Yes.
you were mad at yourself.
I was very mad. But we didn't need it.
Which we should definitely divvy up the potions in our bags.
Yes, we absolutely should do that.
Yep. And the cloak is also in the party sheet now as well. And the Storm Giants welcome you. They have rooms that you're welcome to stay in. They do have specific rooms for small folk, so there's appropriate sized beds and personal chests for stuff if you want to keep it in there. He also says if you want to stay, he'll have a big feast in honor of you saving him and putting things right.
Yes.
And he said, "You're
Very
welcome
hungry.
to stay." He said, I understand you're expecting to leave very quickly, but if you're welcome to stay as long as you wish. I'll be reaching out to the fire giants, to what's his face, to see why he's being a little turd bag, and see if I can't convince him to, mellow out. But you're welcome to stay as long as you like. Spend time talking with Jeshua and your people, or just hanging out together. But you're welcome to stay here.
We should.
I'm hungry. Or whatever. I don't know. I'll do whatever the party wants.
I'm blank because I know there's something else that we're not thinking of, or that I'm not thinking of at least. That but I got nothing.
I mean, I will say that from a roleplay character perspective, Ma'am would vote to stay here. I am not thinking of anything in particular that would be super useful for us staying in Waterdeep or wherever.
No.
Yeah,
if we've got bowls for Heroes Feast, then I think Zwasos would probably also lean towards staying, because Zwasos would, be into the idea of a feast celebrating us, and and also get to brag to King Hekaton about how we won the giant games and all that good stuff.
Okay.
So I vote stay. Like, we've earned it.
Do we think that it's going to be like... Do we think that tomorrow is the day that we go and try and attack Ebondeath?
I mean...
Yeah, why not?
Well, we have to, like... Yeah, so it's like, is today going to be do we spend the rest of today, like, strategizing and then plan our assault? Because, I mean, like, when we talked about the phylactery of Hekaton, I was, like, thinking to myself, maybe we should just have, like, an army of giants just go smash that friggin' tower in the Mirror of Dead Men, like, to friggin' bits. And then, like, just
Well,
Yeah,
you
and
know, decimate the thing.
I do some some table talk. I do want to. I do want to like roll a character. I do want to switch characters. Sooner than later. So
you want to what?
well, I do want to roll a new character. Sooner rather than later. But if there's like like that big battle coming up, I want to do it as needed. You know what I mean?
So you do want to take Neeb up against Ebondeath.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
But you're going to want to be ready with a new character after that, because theoretically after that, Neeb would want to move on to his personal quest of taking down the slave chain.
Yeah,
Love it.
It's more of like a impatient kind of thing.
I mean, nothing stops you from. Do you have the character ready?
I have like the plot and I haven't like rolled it, but I have like the story. So I'll discuss that.
Okay, so you know what you want for a character. You just have to take the time to.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Okay. All right.
Is there
That's a side comment.
Is there any ice around this maelstrom?
No. It's deep in the water. It's not cold enough. It's all.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're staying here at least for tonight. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do we want to
Yes.
fast forward to the feast?
I mean, I don't see any reason. I mean, I personally don't have any reason to even roleplay the feast, other than, just acknowledging that Zwasos got. Oh, then let's go.
Yeah, just this little thing that I want to wrap up. That'll happen.
Yeah, me too.
That'll happen at the feast.
So just our is Zwasos' intention to cast Hero's Feast tonight? I guess is my question. Like, are we
That's a very good
confident
question.
that we are going into Ebondeath tomorrow?
Well, I mean,
It feels kind of wild to be going from fighting a Kraken one day to fighting Draco Lich the next day, but I also don't know what else we necessarily have to do.
Yeah, nobody else has side quests or anything, right? And theoretically, like, canonically, we might, like, I don't know if we have any reason to think that Ebondeath is aware that Hekaton has been freed. Probably, since he was connected to that chain. But, like, the idea is that, who knows what kind of trouble he could cause if we delay. So, I guess we are gonna go after Ebondeath tomorrow. So
Why not?
I can't
Does
think of
anyone have thoughts otherwise?
Good.
No, but I'm scared.
Oh, I mean, I'm scared too.
Well, let's do this. Let's talk about the cloak. Let's talk about some strategy stuff, and then see if we think of anything. And if we don't, then I'll cast Hero's Feast on the feast.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. How long, Nick? How long would it take for us to get to the Mirror of Dead Men?
I guess that depends on how you get there.
I mean,
Mim would
imagine the
have to
quickest way.
spend a spell slot to teleport us there. Although I could then get the spell slot back with the short rest.
I thought they had a teleportation circle here. Oh, but it's not a Harper one.
I think they just use the Maelstrom thing to get here, right?
Yes, yeah, you can use the Maelstrom as a circle.
Oh, okay.
And then you can go right, like, you still have to, like, the teleportation circles are generally receivers, right?
Right.
Like so
I still need to make a.
You still need to cast
use a spell
teleportation
slot.
circle.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds to me like unless we do go to Waterdeep tonight and rest there and meet the airship, that you're going to have to short rest in order to get your 6th level spell slot back.
5th level, but yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess that's not the worst thing in the world. It's not like, oh, but you can only do that once per day, but I guess once we go up against Ebondeath, short rests aren't going to be a fucking thing. Like, we're either going to take him down or not.
Right. I mean, I will say, like, selfishly, Ma'am has other spells that she can cast ahead of time for prep, but that's like adding days of like I could prepare contingency tomorrow and then, or for tomorrow, and then cast contingency tomorrow, but like that's putting us, another 24 hours. So
I mean,
that is the only argument I can think of to not
delay.
Right.
So if you were to do that, you do like you did before and do that with haste?
Probably.
I mean, well, having you hasted was a pretty significant difference, earlier. So I think an argument could be made that it's worth the day to have you do that. Also, I can't remember if we ever discussed the idea of asking someone to prep a scroll of teleport for us to have as like a contingency?
I think I just have to pick one up from Varnock, right?
Did you ask him to prepare one for you?
He's been preparing one for quite some time.
I of course I remember that.
No, he definitely, after he saved us with it, he told Ma'am that he would make one.
That's
and
right.
I want to say the last time we saw him, we checked on it, and he basically said, like, next time you see me, I'll have it.
Okay. That sounds right. Okay.
All our fans, go and tell us.
That's right.
Tell us when that happened.
Everybody
in the comments.
Add to the comments.
Right. That's right. When was the last time you saw him?
I'm fairly certain that is something that happened.
I do remember you talking about that.
Because I would have learned teleport on a level up if I didn't have that expectation that we were getting on the scroll.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and Varnock's in.
He's in that other place.
I need to use the rest of my gear back.
Yeah, Varnock is in Everland, or at least that's where he usually is. And it is approximately 120 miles from Waterdeep to Lyland. It's about 125 miles as the crow flies. Which I think is like a 5-hour trip for that airship. And so the Mirror of the Dead Men's just south of Lyland, so... But if you remember, you can't see the tower from the air.
Yes, it's like overcast in some kind of obscurity.
Correct. Yep. You're fairly sure you can get there from Lyland because you've done it before. But you wouldn't be able to, like, land on it.
So, go and we see Varnock, we get the scroll, well, Justin's not there for me to ask about stuff. So, the cloak, it requires attunement. It works for one creature. We have that, and we have the oil of etherealness. So we could theoretically have two of us able to pop in and out of the ethereal plane, like Ebondeath. I mean, that spread us pretty thin, but we should probably do a repeat of the same strategy we did for the Kraken, just because Ebondeath can fly, and we would want Vark and Nyx and such to be able to go after him. So
we don't necessarily know. I don't know if we'll have the same kind of opportunity to get the drop. Not that we really got the drop on the Kraken, but, like, I don't know that if it's like a situation of cast fly and then fly into the Mirror of the Mirror of Dead Men and roll initiative. That would be my only concern, if that makes sense.
As opposed to...
Well, I don't know what the... Sorry, go ahead.
Well, Nick had mentioned that we can't see the tower from the air.
Right.
I was going to ask specifically how far. Like, how close do we have to be to a tower? Like, can we do something similar where we can, like, get relatively up close to it and only use, like, 2 or 3 minutes of the fly before we do get to, you know...
I guess what my concern is more if we can fly up as close as we can, but if we then fly in and, like, Ebondeath is in an underground lair of some sort, like, we don't know how extensive. When with Hekaton saying, like, you know, bringing up the point of we don't know what the phylactery is, and we don't actually know how extensive the whatever that fortress is. So I would just hate for us to cast fly and then get there and realize that, oh shit, we have several hours of dungeon crawling or something.
That's a good point. So are you thinking that it would be better to figure out our situation, have Amos cast fly, and try and fuck off as quickly as possible?
Maybe?
What's the range?
I don't know.
What's the range on fly?
I think it's touch.
So we have
Nick
to be all...
has allowed me to cast it in a way of like, as long as I can get to everyone I am touching in the turn with my movement.
Yeah, I'm not sure like what you're trying to ask. Like, I mean, if you're in combat, that's different than like.
Yeah,
all I was saying in that situation is I think there was a time where like Mam wanted to cast fly on like herself, Vark and Nyx, and Vark and Nyx weren't right next to each other. And I think you let me say that like I used my movement throughout that turn to like move by them, but maybe I'm remembering that wrong.
I don't specifically remember that, but I think I would allow you to use inspiration to do that. Like use your right push beyond your normal limits, and as long as you can touch all of them within the same turn, then yeah.
That seems fair.
Well, let's talk about this. We've got the oil of etherealness. How long does that last for?
I think Nyx has that in their inventory, if I'm not correct, and if I'm not mistaken. Oh, damn, guys. Why didn't one of us drink a potion of water breathing before we went and fought a Kraken?
No, whoops, I don't know. Anyway, what are we planning? Sorry.
So, well, can we get, like, I imagine that during the time that we've been sitting, Nick, could that count as a short rest?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, ma'am, do you also want to maybe cast identify on the cloak so we can get the fine details on it?
Oh, is it not identified?
I think we have the fine details.
Yeah.
Oh, then
just
never
go
mind.
look at it. It's in the party sheet.
Oh, it's in the party sheet, right?
That being said, though, I would my arcane recovery in case we want to cast sending or something.
Let's see. While wearing this cloak, you can pull. Well, that's so. Okay, so the Cloak of Etherealness does not cast the Etherealness spell on someone the way I assumed it did. So it takes a bonus action. Well, it takes an action to activate it. Then returning takes either a bonus action or an action. And there's only 3 charges. So that means that somebody can wear the cloak, they can go to the ethereal plane with their action and then have a bonus action left once they get there, and then vice versa to come back 3 times.
I would assume the best use of it would probably be not trying. I would imagine the strategy would not be somebody trying to bounce back and forth, but basically having like
2 of us in the ethereal plane. Well, how does the oil of etherealness work? I'm just realizing. I don't remember.
You're just in the ethereal plane.
Period.
Yes. Which was one of Mam's biggest concerns of only one person having it, because if something happens to that one person, they're stuck on the ethereal plane with nobody to
help them,
pick them up yeah.
So then I would argue that if we're going to be splitting the party here among 2 different planes of existence, I would argue that, I think I might argue that one of the 2 in the ethereal plane should be Zwasos, because at least then there would be 2 people on the physical plane to attend to any others that might need potions administered and so on and so forth. Whereas, if there's only going to be 2 of us on the ethereal plane, at least Zwasos can heal from a distance if he needs to bring somebody back up.
Oh, so you're saying... So we would actually have 3, right? Not on the ethereal plane?
Well, yeah, that's all we have. That's all we have. We only have the one post.
Right. So sorry, I was thinking 2 and 2. So we'll have 2 in the ethereal, 3 out of the ethereal, and you're thinking Zwasos in the ethereal, because with 3 of us outside, you have more opportunities to heal, and
yeah,
I think I agree with that.
So then that would mean that we'd have to choose who would want to follow into the ethereal plane with Zwasos, and I might argue that the best choice is Vark. To be the meat shield and kind of... It certainly shouldn't be Man, because then both of our casters are on the ethereal plane. So it should be either Vark or Nyx. And also, Nyx can heal themselves. There is a monk ability that allows them to roll martial arts die for hit points, in exchange for key points at some point. Also, actually, I'm thinking to myself now that if we were to split, then maybe it would be better for Nyx to go with Zwasos, because if Zwasos goes down and needs a potion administered, Nyx has a better shot of being able to get to him with how ridiculously fast they are.
Yeah, I think Vark or Nyx feels like the right move.
Yeah, it certainly shouldn't be Need, because we'll go down in no time. and then it shouldn't, like I said, it shouldn't be ma'am, because I feel like, it just kind of seems counterproductive to split to magic and non-magic.
I mean, truthfully, like, ma'am's magic isn't gonna make too much of a difference damage dealing, but Wall of Force does extend into the ethereal plane.
Ooh.
Which we've just never been able to use effective. We could try trapping him, but he still is on the ethereal plane and we can't do anything.
And
I think he can also Misty Step. So that might be not. I can't remember if he can Misty Step or if it was just the popping in and out of ethereal plane.
Well, if he was inside the Wall of Force in one plane, if it extends the ethereal plane, he'd still be inside it if he popped off into the ethereal plane. I would assume.
Right, which is why I'm saying I can't remember if he had Misty Step as well, which would allow him to get around it.
So wow, there's a lot to consider here. So the other thing I have is I'm actually going to double check here real quick. Because I have a scroll that I almost considered using in the last fight.
Oh yeah,
if we're short resting.
How come everyone else is throwing like a D8 or a D10? I throw a D12.
Because you're a barbarian.
That is fantastic. Especially when I roll 2 12s. Like, let's fucking go!
Where's
Barbarian?
Aw.
Okay.
I mean, it's a D12 plus 5, so I guess.
Is there like a
Yay, full health. That was a perfect roll. I had 11 health needed. Roll a 6.
Is there any drawback to like throwing all your hit die on a short rest? Does it?
You only get half of them back on a long rest.
Okay, gotcha.
So, anybody? I guess it does. I guess again, I don't think it really matters. I don't see short rests coming into play in our thing with Ebondeath, other than ahead of time. Nick, I'm sorry. I'm having a thing. The little deedly bob for my. I have a scroll of holy weapon. And so I open it up, and it's got the little thing. But when I click on the... Oh. I have to load the modules. That's what it is. Never mind. I'll take care of that. Okay, here's a question for you, Nick. Well, let me
Use your words, Michael.
Would natural weapons count as a weapon for the purposes of the casting of a spell like Holy Weapon?
No.
Okay.
I also think Holy Weapon requires concentration.
That's why I was trying to pull up the spell to find out, but I need to load the modules in order for the spell to pop up, but I can...
Can you cast that spell?
I have a scroll.
Can you cast that scroll?
Yes. That's why I have it on me. Because I have access to cleric spells.
Yeah, I think I remember having this conversation when we bought it.
Nothing happening.
Okay.
Okay. So then, because with that being said, because if Nick had answered differently to that question, I would say that going up against Ebondeath would be a good use of the Scroll of Holy Weapon, and that, casting it on Nyx's claws would be the best application of it, because if they just don't use the sword, then they can use claws.
So
4 attacks per turn.
So I'm going to allow it.
Oh,
but
okay.
Your divine sorcerer allows you to choose some clerical spells which become sorcerer spells for you. So if you had chosen to have Holy Weapon, you would be able to cast that as a scroll. But you are not able to cast any cleric spell. I'm going to allow this scroll because obviously you bought it because I said yes before.
Okay.
But you
it was
do
my
not
understanding
have access to all cleric spells.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't actually read the whole description just now, word for word. I just remembered it saying that if it was on my class's spell list.
Correct. Which it is not.
Oh, it's not on my class's spell
Correct.
list. It is on
you
a
can
spell list.
choose some
spells.
cleric spells that become sorcerer spells for you. So if it were a spell that you had, you could cast it.
Without it, and save a spell slot via that way.
By using a scroll, yes.
Yeah, cool. All right. Thank you. That's
sure.
Cool. So the question is, if I am going to use the scroll, A, is it worth it for my concentration as opposed to bless? Which I'm kind of actually realizing it probably isn't, given that bless would apply to saving throws, which we'll probably all be making plenty of.
I think bless is important. Actually, what does it do? It adds damage. Holy Weapon.
Yeah, and I think it might be even more effective against undead and stuff like that. It's a.
I think bless for all of us being more likely to hit and less likely to fail saving throws is more effective than one creature having extra damage, would be my thought.
I think you're probably right. Nope, I still haven't. So many modules. Okay, so then we'll have
Nick, would you I got some spell slots back for my arcane recovery. Would you let me change the slots that I got back on our short rest?
How does that work?
It just, at the end of a short rest, I can choose to get back certain slots. I was just thinking, instead of taking some 3rd levels, I would actually take a 5th level.
Yeah, that's fine.
Back. Okay. As long as, do we think we have any reason to cast Sending? before? Do we have anyone to communicate with?
Is there anybody around who can, like does anybody around here other than us have the ability to communicate over those distances? Like, we still have how long does telepathic bond last for?
I think it's only like an hour.
Oh, so yeah, if we short rested, then that's all done.
Yeah, it's gone.
But theoretically, everybody at the airship knows that we won. The giants went back to them because the giants on the rocks didn't follow us here. And they are making their way back to Waterdeep.
Zwasos, you reattuned to the Rod of Absorption, right?
Yes.
Okay. It wasn't showing as you being attuned to it.
Oh, interesting. Oh, it's probably because it was in one of the modules I just loaded.
Okay. No, I think it's because it wasn't checked off in your inventory.
Oh, well then.
I just checked it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. All the modules have been loaded. So then... Okay, it still won't let me load the spell for Holy Weapon.
Okay, look in spells.
Yeah, I did earlier, but it wasn't loaded. But it's there now.
Okay. So you're all set?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay. Holy Weapon. Yes, concentration up to 1 hour. A bonus action. You imbue a weapon. You touch as a holy weapon, blah, blah. Until the spell ends, the weapon emits a bright light 30 feet and additional dim light 30 more feet. Weapon attacks made with it deal 2d8 radiant damage on a hit. If the weapon isn't already magic, it becomes for the duration. As a bonus action on your turn, you can dismiss the spell and cause the weapon to emit a burst of radiance. Each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of the weapon must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 4d8 radiant damage and is blinded for 1 minute. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage as when blinded. At the end of each of its turns, a blinded creature can make the Constitution save. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, 2d8 radiant damage is... Yeah, never mind. That's nothing. I had hoped that there was some other kind of, like, effect to undead that would make it worthwhile. But there isn't. So,
I got an AFK for a few minutes. I'll be right back.
I will... Okay, so it sounds... Does anybody else have anything they want to offer as far as who should join Zwasos in the ethereal plane?
I always thought it was going to be Nyx and somebody.
I think I kind of like this idea too. I kind of like the idea canonically of Nyx and Zwasos sticking together, like, you know, the two original members and stuff like that. Like they might feel like compelled to kind of stay close together as opposed to split from each other. So I think I'm liking.
Yeah, I always thought and I always thought Nyx would go into the ethereal. I don't know why. I guess, well, one, they have the potion, and yeah, they would be tempted to, they could be tempted to give it to somebody else, but like, yeah. I always thought it was going to be Nyx and actually, somebody else.
To have you say that, it makes sense because like Nyx is always the go into.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
it's going to be frustrating for us when Ebondeath backs off to the material plane, but at least we'll be able to be effective. So then, Nyx, what is Nyx using their attunement slots for?
Well, I just got into Fantasygram, so I can look now.
Woohoo!
Okay.
I know one of them is a cat sword.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, the dodgy cape, the one that makes it difficult to hit. Cloak of Displacement, that's what it's called.
Okay.
And then the other one's the Death Claws. I have the.
So, I would argue that in this particular, friggin' fight that we're going into, that the best use of the cloak would be in exchange for the cat sword.
I already have the cat sword.
No, I mean, because one of us is going to have to attune to the cloak in order to go in the ethereal plane with it.
I'm the one that has the oil that drinks the oil.
Well, yes, I understand that we could do that, but I think that the cat sword, if we're going to have to sacrifice an attuned item between the two of us, I think the one that makes the most sense to do so is the cat sword. Temporarily, of course.
No.
What are you attuned to, Michael?
I am attuned to
yeah, no.
Hear me out on this. I'm attuned to the Ring of Protection, to the Bloodwell Vial, and the Rod of Absorption. Now, I was going to say the opposite, and I was going to say differently and just say, well, the Rod of Absorption is one I have not had call to use yet. But I also could have, and specifically against Ebondeath, when I was targeted with Immolation.
Then why don't I just swap a cloak with a cloak? Not swap the +2 fucking sword that I have that gives me poison.
Your claws would already be +2 thanks to the claws, and they would do the same amount of damage. And Ebondeath's undead; he's immune to poison. We've seen him not give a shit before. So I'm speaking. Michael, the player, is saying that this mechanically seems to me like the best choice. You know, I can't even say that it's something that Zwasos would even suggest. But this is what I'm thinking as a player while we're table talking. Now, Eliza, if you tell me that Nyx is just not willing to give up the cat sword because of a personal attachment to it, I'll go with that. Like, that's cool.
I mean, yeah, my claws are magical and stuff, and the death claws are a +2. But I wouldn't have any.
Did we lose Eliza? Or?
No, I'm thinking because
okay.
I have certain monk skills that I have to think about.
Oh, that's right, because some of them only apply to a Kensei weapon.
Yes.
Which might not apply to your unarmed strikes.
Yes.
Then never mind. My mistake.
Well, what abilities are those? Are they ones that you need?
Well, because stunning strike can be done with any attack, right?
Stunning strike applies to any attack, yes. I'm just sorry. There is something that I got recently with the Path of the Kenzai that
Oh. I'm saying we're level 17, right?
yeah,
Are you thinking of unerring accuracy?
yeah. It's like the accuracy is like I can't miss. And then also like I can I always could defend myself if I wanted to. The +2 the AC. But I just yeah.
Can you use the...
I just don't know whether I also said that my claws are a weapon of mine or whether I'm trying to look in my notes if I listed it, if I said that it was my claws as well.
Oh, and okay.
No, scimitar, hand, crossbow, short sword. And so no, my claws are not considered
But
a
would
Kenzai weapon.
it still... You could do the blocking with even just holding your crossbow, right? So like +2 AC.
I think it's using.
At 17th level, your mastery of weapons grants you extraordinary accuracy. If you miss with an attack roll using a monk weapon on your turn, you can re-roll it. You could use this feature once on each of your turns.
Yeah, but my fists aren't considered my monk weapons anymore.
Exactly. Your unarmed strikes are not a monk weapon. That is also this.
What? No, monk. No. Unarmed strikes are a monk.
Yeah, but the one that I chose, like my 3.
No, but I mean, I think what that's saying is that doesn't have to be. Because in the other effects, it specifies it has to be your Kinsey weapon. That just says your monk weapon.
But are unarmed strikes an attack with a monk weapon?
I'm back.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Agile parry is Kenzai weapon.
Right, but that's what I was saying. The crossbow could still count, right?
I don't have the actual text for this.
If you make an unarmed strike as part of the attack action on your turn and are holding a Kenzai weapon, you can use it to defend yourself if it is a melee weapon. You gain a +2
unerring accuracy.
I'm looking at Agile Parry.
Yeah, that's I don't like to fuck with the shit that I have. Like, I don't know why we wouldn't just swap a cloak for a cloak. Like, I get that I have the cloak of displacement and it helps me, avoid shots, but if I just have to make sure to... Hang on.
Well, so now we have to decide. So it sounds to me like if Zwasos is going to be the one to wear the cloak.
Hold on, I didn't say that.
Oh, I know.
I am also wearing a cloak of displacement. So I'm saying if I make an unarmed strike as part of my attack action, and I'm holding a Kenzai weapon, I can use it to defend myself if it's a melee weapon. So if I'm holding my cat sword, I can still use a +2 to AC. It's not the same as getting a roll of roll at disadvantage, but it's still something.
Yeah, and I mean, like,
But I
arguably
can,
a +2 to AC, +2 to AC to every attack roll, not just until you get hit.
right.
An argument could be made that that +2 is better. I mean,
Right.
Losing the cloak is so. If we're splitting up though, like we want to hits as possible, and I feel like the cloak is huge.
Yeah. So is the cloak going to be more effective at avoiding Nyx getting hit than?
I thought I was just drinking the potion of etherealness. I literally thought I was drinking the potion and just going, okay, hope to see you guys later. Like, I literally thought that was me, and I wasn't fucking with any of my shit. And now everybody's saying that I'm swapping my shit out for something.
No one's
So
saying
I don't. Okay, so I don't want to touch any of my shit. So if somebody's gonna be wearing the cloak, then somebody's gonna have to figure out who's wearing the cloak and who's not, because I'm not swapping. I'm sorry, I'm not.
Nope, that's perfectly
You know,
fine, Alonzo. Like I said,
my shit works.
if your reasons were just character reasons, I still wouldn't argue with you. So, don't worry. So, fine. So the question remains. So then, if Zwasos is going to put the cloak on, great. What is
for what it's worth? I was not trying to push anything on anyone. Figure out.
I know. I just
figure out the. But yeah, if Nyx is just like nope, then the answer is no, and that's fine.
Yeah, precisely.
I was just trying to help figure out what like if that was what we were considering, what would be the best. So if that is not,
I was willing to swap the cloak of displacement with the cloak of etherealness. But if people don't want me to get hit, then that's the only other thing other than my other abilities. So
then,
and then being a monk, you know. So
yeah, and realistically, like I especially need Nyx not to be getting hit, because if Zwasos goes down, then Nyx is going to need to be able to like get to him.
Yeah.
So like I said, my original thought way back in the beginning was that the obvious choice was to have Zwasos attuned to the cloak in exchange for the Rod of Absorption. But then I remembered those, I think twice I had Immolation cast on me. And, that's a lot of like, haha, fuck you, it didn't work, I could have gotten away with. It probably only actually would work the once, because he probably wouldn't target me with that again if it didn't work.
Remind me what does the rod do?
The rod, if I am targeted by a spell, the rod absorbs the spell. 1 point for each spell slot, up to 50 points. And once the rod
I do also have other magic items in my that I'm not using. I have Boots of Mist. I have the Ring of Warmth. The Staff of Force would be nice but that's a martial weapon. So not sure if anybody can use that or wants to use that.
I don't think anybody has attunement slots left.
So I guess it's a question of, because you also kind of have to juggle, right?
Okay, so then, damn. Okay.
Now that we're talking about it too, I think it does make more sense for Zwasos to have the cloak, because you can quicken spells with the bonus action. So the action of activating it is little bit less.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. And also, the cloak would allow me to, if needed, pop back and forth. Does telepathic bond work across the planes?
I don't think so. I think it specifies that it is only on the same, like that. It's a pretty far-reaching spell. I think that is limited.
I was just looking at the Rod of Absorption because I'm realizing that I thought to myself that it might be worth it to have Ma'am like target me with some spells and like put some points into it because it's only got 1 point in it right now. So like
before we long rest, correct?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Obviously.
I mean,
that's probably still actually a useful thing to do, but like I did look, and because I was like, ooh, if I could squeeze an extra casting of heal out of the rod, that'd be pretty huge. But it does say that the maximum spell slot I can pull out of it is 5. Like I can only use it in place of a 5th level spell slot or lower, which is a fuck ton better than nothing. But
yes, that's also a super cool idea. I don't have any spells that you could absorb.
You don't have anything you could target me with?
Not that I have spell slots to cast.
Used them all.
I don't even. I literally think Steel Wind Strike is the only spell that I even like use that would be relevant for this, and I'm out of anything. I have 1st and 2nd level spell slots and 1 5th level to, I assume, cast into the ring.
And you don't have any offensive 1st or 2nd level spells?
No.
What about like protection from good or evil or some shit like that?
Don't.
Because that's still a spell that you target me with.
See. Enlarge reduce? Actually, yeah, that's a spell that you would have to make a save against if you're unwilling. So I guess that technically would work.
So then what could you give me before a long rest in points?
I have 3 2nd level slots. And I can
enlarge reduce?
Yep.
So then Nick, can we do that?
Yeah, that meets the requirements, right?
So then so Justin, if you want to just click off your 2nd level spell slots, and I will put 6 points into the rod.
Assuming, I mean, this would, I don't think it's gonna matter, but this is like right before bed, right?
Yeah, I'm picturing that this would be that we're getting pretty close to like, okay, let's go to the feast and then we'll do our rest.
Just for my own paranoia, I will wait just until we specifically say like we are going to bed.
No problem. So the other thing to consider is, oh wait, I can target myself with spells. Is that a thing I can do, Nick?
Let me see.
Like, could I target myself with invisibility, for example?
So this would be so in this case you would be taking.
Absorbing my own casting into the rod.
No, but I mean this is under the. You would be dropping your ring of protection for the cloak.
I guess that's what it certainly shouldn't be the Bloodwell vial.
No.
So, I mean, I guess it's a +1 to AC and a +1 to all my saves, which is certainly not nothing. But I don't. But if Nix and I stay away from each other to the point that like AOE things can't hit us both, then Ebondeath would have to burn his actions and resources on casting AOE shit to target me with.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I could imagine the rod being more of an asset. I mean, but I'm open to.
I think that's when the discussion of Nyx versus Zwasos, the items that jumped out at me were either Zwasos dropping the ring or Nyx dropping the sword. Like those were the ones.
Ring was
that
the
made
first
sense.
thing that even occurred to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then I guess we'll do the. I'll drop the ring. I'll probably wait until we are actively on our way, because we're going to meet the airship and airship over to the mirror. That's going to take longer than an hour. We could short rest on the airship, right, Nick?
Yep. As long as it takes an hour.
And this touches on what I asked earlier. Assuming we were ready to go, how long would it take for us to get to the mirror?
From where?
Where we are right now.
How are you getting there from where you are right now?
Via the airship from Waterdeep, which is where they're headed, right?
Okay. So
Well, I guess the
think
question is how long
I told you that it's 125 miles from Waterdeep to Lylan.
Which I think you said was about 5 hours.
Yep.
Okay. That does sound familiar now that you say it.
We can. I think we should. In the morning, Nam can cast teleportation circle to get us to. Varnock is usually in Everland. Is that right?
Yes. Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
Okay. So teleportation circle to Everland. Hopefully get that spell scroll. Then Harper teleportation circle to Waterdeep. Hop on the airship and go fight a Draco Lich and kill it?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm on board, unless you want contingency, which again, I think an argument could be made for.
I actually, because even the contingency, all contingency does is basically lets me cast it without an action. Like it's not, and I guess a spell slot, but a third level slot is kind of whatever. But it still requires my concentration.
Yeah, so it's maybe not as big of an asset saver as...
Right, I imagine something like Wall of Force taking, priority. The only other thing is if we wanted to push it a day, I could maybe have a second ma'am.
I'm just worried that he's already going to be looking for us, so I would rather be prepared.
I think I'm as much fun as it would be to do what I have in mind. I do think that time is kind of the essence here.
It sounds like Nyx is voting for waiting and having everything as having as many assets gathered as possible.
What?
I'm sorry, it was my interpretation of what you said, that you want to be...
Oh, you were wrong. I'm saying Ebondeath is probably on the way. We killed his Kraken friend.
Oh, cool.
He's probably pissed as fuck. He's probably going straight towards us. So I'm saying be as prepared as possible in as short a time as possible as we can. So pick our top fucking things that we want and get going to his phylactery. That's what I'm saying.
I am super duper on board. So the only other...
Have we forgot that this is a Draco Lich that is able to just go do? Oh, there you are. Because he's fucking done that to us so many times before.
Well, to be fair, it was his revenants that was able to let him track us.
Yeah, but he's still able to find people that can track us. And if he really wanted to.
Yeah, no, I am agreeing that I think it is as fun as it would be to go and do an all-out planning thing. I agree. I think we need to finish this off.
All right, then let's do it. So then
I agree that we need to be as prepared as possible. So the feast, whatever you can prepare for spells, whatever you can pre-prepare to load us up that will actually last as we get there, whatever exchange of equipment, if we are exchanging equipment, like get that prepared to do as soon as possible as we are heading towards the phylactery, because there is a limited amount of time, because we just set off a time bomb. We killed the Kraken, we released Hekaton. Hekaton's back on the throne. Ebondeath is gonna know, and he's gonna be pissed. And he's already pissed. So, like, we gotta
Speaking of that, can we right now distribute potions and not leave them in the bag of holding?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
There are 3 potions of superior healing in the bag. What do people have?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, never mind. Go ahead. So I don't think I have anything, but I can heal. So
I have 5. I have 5 greater. I have no regular. I mean, if we want to load one into one of those superiors for Nyx, so that I can either get Zwasos up or make sure that I don't die in the ethereal, that'd be great.
I would argue that Nyx should have at least 2.
I mean, I have 5 graders.
Right.
I have 5.
Does anybody else have potions?
Yeah, that's also a question.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some potions. Potion of healing, potion of greater healing. Yeah, that's it.
Do you just have one of each?
I have 1 of greater healing, 2 of regular healing.
Okay.
Oops, I do have 1 potion of superior.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I think Ma'am should definitely take one of the superiors. She has nothing.
For sure. Absolutely.
Would Nyx be willing to give someone 1 or 2 of the greater healings that they have?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I just have no regular healing potions, so, like, if there's regular healing potions, I would trade so that I can have a little, like a small heal.
Yeah, I'll give you 2.
Perfect. And then I will put...
Yeah, because regular healing potions are really only good for, like, getting somebody back up. And if we're going to be getting somebody back up, like...
I put it in the party sheet.
Like me. Like...
Yep. I'm trying to put mine in a party sheet.
And then I would argue that... Well, I guess we can ask Chris. Chris, would Vark take a potion? Like,
Nope.
would he be willing to have one on him and consider using it in the middle of a fight?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I think, if possible, everyone who is willing to carry a potion, so the 4 of us that aren't Vark, should try to each have 2 at least, which I think we can do.
If you want me to carry one to give to somebody else, sure.
That is we should definitely do that.
But
I
what do
mean,
we have? I'm sorry if somebody said already, but what do we have total for potions on us as a party? 5 greater, 2 superior. Is that right?
Do you want me to put the greater in the party sheet?
Do we want to maybe just put everybody put all their potions in the party
Yes.
sheet, and then we'll
There you go.
like
I just put it in.
I'm not putting the oil of etherealness, but do you want me to put all of the
just yeah? I'm wondering if it might be the best way to figure out what our assets are to just pool them, and obviously we're talking about healing potions. Just healing potions is all I'm talking about.
Yep. Well, I also have a potion of hill giant strength, a potion of speed.
Potion of
Vark?
speed. What's that do?
I think that's haste spell. I think Vark should take the potion of hill giant strength.
I mean, I don't.
Wait, no,
Yeah,
it just goes up 20. It gives you a score of 21, so it wouldn't change anything for.
Yeah, I think Vark's strength score is 22. I would assume.
20.
Okay, so we have 1, 2. I don't know why those are on different lines, but 7 potions, of greater healing, 3 potions of healing, 4 potions of superior healing.
Okay, so the 4 potions of superior healing should be doled out 1 to each of you.
I thought I had more.
I think. Oh, you mean everyone that's not Zwasos?
Yes.
Okay, I think that makes sense. And then.
Yeah, because if Nyx is going to be administering a potion to me, like if I need to heal Nyx, I can use heal or something more effective than a potion of healing.
What if we did everyone but Zwasos takes 1 superior healing? Everyone takes a potion of greater healing. And then maybe Nyx has another potion of greater healing. And we can, kind of divvy up those last couple there. But
well, I would say that it probably makes. Let's do that. Like everybody gets a potion of superior healing, obviously other than the Zwasos. Everybody gets a superior. Everybody gets a greater, and that leaves us with 3 graders and 3 regular healings.
So superior, a greater. That's it?
So far, that's all we're doing.
Okay.
And then
I don't think I'm going to take all 3 if I try and take 1 from that, right? Is there a way to just take 1 from that stack?
let's find out.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay. You just drag it?
Yeah, the dragon.
Oh, drag the dragon?
So I'm taking what now?
You're taking a potion of superior healing and a potion of greater healing from the party sheet. And that should leave us with 3 potions of healing and 3 potions of greater healing in the party sheet.
So then
2 of the potions of healing should go to Nyx. Again, because if Zwasos needs to get brought up, a little bit will get him up, and then he can do some more effective healing
Sure.
from there. And And then I like the idea of Nyx having a potion of greater healing. Oh wait, and so that leaves 4 more potions. I like the idea of just with us being only 2 as opposed to you guys being 3.
Yep.
So let's give the other potion of healing to Nyx just for more opportunities.
Which I think Nyx just took. So Nyx has 2 potions of greater healing now? And
I have 2 potions and 2 regular potions of healing.
And a superior.
Okay. And so then we'll give you...
And a superior.
Okay. So the 2 potions of greater healing, I would think, are probably best used by either Vark or Mam.
But I think Neeb has the greatest potential to get around, like a bonus action dash.
That is true. And so that would mean that he might want to be the potion administrator.
Potion.
So then we'll give Neeb a potion of greater healing. We'll give Mam a potion of greater healing for the
Like
same
extra?
reason, mobility.
Like an extra.
And then the last potion of healing to Vark.
To Vark. Again,
I think
just
that
to
makes sense.
be available to get somebody up if they need it.
So I
And
have, what's my total? What would be my total then? Or are we still deciding?
You should take 1 more greater heal.
Okay.
And
Taking the
then, cool.
potion
So
of
that's
healing.
divvied up potions.
Yes.
I would also like to point out there's a scarab protection. You have advantage on saving throws against spells, and if you fail a saving throw against a necromancy spell or a harmful effect originating from an undead creature, you can use one of the scarab's charges.
Oh.
I would just like to say there's a lot in our
What's the scarab of protection do?
I just said it out loud.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I was reading something else and 2 things.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it in.
I'll look myself.
That.
Okay, it
might-
says.
Go ahead.
Sorry, no. Maybe I could click this, and it says, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You have advantage on saving throws against spells. It has 12 charges. And if you fail a saving throw against a next or harmful effect originating from an undead creature, you can use a reaction to expend one of the charges of the scarab.
To turn it into success. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, well, the potion of speed should definitely go to Mam.
Okay.
I would say.
Sure.
Because we made really good use out of haste in that last thing. It wouldn't take your concentration.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it.
Also, it would give you advantage on dexterity saving throws, which Vark would already have against things he can see. And Neve has evasion. And so there's that. Does anybody want to attune to that Scarab of Protection? We are going up against an undead creature that might be casting spells on us. So...
Can you be under the effect of, like, 2 potions?
I don't understand. Why?
Like, could Ma'am, for instance, drink the potion of strength and the potion of speed?
That'd be a Nick question.
Yeah, I don't
What's
see why
Ma'am's
not.
strength score?
Well, I mean, right now it's high because of the whatever she has.
The belt.
Belt of the belt, I think it's a 22.
So Hill Giant Strength would just make it 21.
It would make it 21, but I could potentially swap it for the Scarab.
Ooh, and that would be good. Because then you could like shake off. You could shake off shit.
And I mean, does anybody? I don't want to take all. Does anybody else want to consider swapping out an attunement of something or anything like that? Would it be worth Zwasos taking that instead of the rod? Like,
because I guess the rod, the Scarab would kind of almost serve the same purpose as the rod, except it would give me advantage, right, all the time on saving throws. So not just ones that only target me.
mm-hmm.
And if I did fail, I could shake it off.
Mm-hmm.
So that does seem quite a bit better in this particular case, whereas it specifies an undead creature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I do. I mean, I worry about you next being in the ethereal plane.
Yeah, no, I think I'm tempted to agree. Part of me doesn't like giving up the rod because, like, it only just occurred to me, like, 15 minutes ago, that I could have slots stored in the rod for the sake of upcasted healing words and shit like that.
Sure.
But you know, this seems like a pretty good asset, and I do still have
the Scarab. Also, it's not just spell. Okay, so it's saving throw against a necromancy spell or harmful effect originating from an undead creature. So it wouldn't necessarily protect against immolation. It would give you advantage.
It would give advantage, but then I'd also have advantage on any other spells.
Sure, just like acknowledging the pros and cons.
Yeah, no, I think that.
But at the same time, the Scarab protects against effects, not just spells too. So any type of like fear.
Yeah, I think the Scarab is the clear better option. In this case.
Yeah.
Like if we were having a who knows what kind of minions he's gonna have and shit. Because that was my only thought, is that like I wasn't running low on spell slots or anything, so I could theoretically still have the option of doing like 3rd level, healing words and shit like that, which wouldn't be as good as 5th, which is what I could get out of the rod, but whatever.
Yeah.
I do have to make sure that I keep track somewhere in the notes, because it does say in the rod's thing that it can only once it absorbs 50 levels worth of spells, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe I can still use up those spells, but once I use up those spells, then that's it. The rod's done. It's not a magic rod anymore. So I don't want to put too much in it.
Right.
But I do want to have it available. So let's do that. I will make a note in the notes that the rod has 9 levels of spells in it, and that's what it's used up for its absorption ability. And I will unattune to the Deetly Bob, and I will take the Scarab of Protection, unless anybody has an objection. Yeah, because the Scarab also comes with the. Did I not get it? Did I not take? It did not.
I will also take the Potion of Speed if that's what we want to do. Oh wait,
yeah.
Why did I think I just somehow accidentally added a second Potion of Speed. There was only one in there, right? I'm not.
Yes.
Crazy. Yeah, I think I was dragging it to myself and then stopped. I think I somehow added one.
Shit. Oh no, wait. Okay, cool.
All right. Michael, are you still counting that Ma'am cast 3 second level spells, Rod?
No, I mean, I guess not anymore. Yeah, because I mean, the rod's not going to be useful
Okay.
until I reattune to it, so it doesn't really matter. We can always do that if we decide we want to, but I've got 9 in it now because I used invisibility on myself.
Okay. But that was not counting what we talked about Ma'am potentially giving.
Yeah, because we had put 6 in there, but you had said like I'm gonna hold off, and I was like okay, but then I realized I could do invisibility, so I used my 4 second level spell slots on myself.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, either way, we're good. But we will. So I have the scarab now, so I will attune to the scarab and not the ring. And I have the cloak. I do, don't I?
I'm still seeing it in the
God damn it.
thing. And do you want Ma'am to cast 5th level fly into the ring of spell storing?
Well, yeah, because that's our one shot. Like we can't like decide that we're going to use the ring for something else tomorrow. Like we have to decide now what we're going to put into the ring and what's going to be there.
Right.
So then I think that yeah, unless anybody else, I'll Zwasos will cast bless, and Ma'am will have their concentration available for like Wall of Force or whatever's applicable at the time. You'll be hasted, which is freaking awesome. So yeah, we got 3 concentrations between the 3 of us. I think that Amos is best used on fly.
Okay.
We'll just have to.
So I'm clicking off my 5th level slot. Fly into the ring.
Awesome.
And Zwasos is going to cast Hero's Feast tonight?
Yeah, I guess so. So let me, Nick, can you just target me on everybody, including, I think up to 10 creatures can partake in the feast, but it's just going to be.
You can target everybody.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. I don't have the map up currently, but I forgot it's just a click away. Oh, Amos isn't there.
I think everybody's still in the combat tracker, so you can target them there.
Oh, I didn't think.
Is that a thing?
I'm sure it is.
Yes, it is.
I don't actually know how to. I am fully only basing. I think Nick saying it before. I don't actually know how to do it.
Yeah, you just targeted an untargeted Nyx.
Oh, cool.
Okay. And is there I mean, there's no reason not to have Bubble have a little bit of the feast too, right?
Sure, why not?
Nobody's coming with us.
I mean, those giants didn't have magical weapons. I don't think. I think this is a folk band fight.
Yeah. No, you're right. Okay then. Okay, so actions. Go on down to Hero's Feast. And ta-da! Oh, fuck you!
I mean, I'll take it.
Nick, may I use my inspiration to re-roll those 2d10? Or one of them?
Hang on.
It's up to you.
You know, Nick said a little something was going to happen at the feast. I can't wait for us to get all...
I know. I'm kind of like getting a little anxious about
And
wrapping up
Nick's
our...
going to say, all right, and the Maelstrom explodes, and
Yeah.
you come back to the world, and it's been another 3 months, and everybody that you love is dead, and...
Yeah. So, I mean, that's not... You can't use your inspiration to re-roll,
Okay,
like, damage and stuff like that.
that's fine.
So it would kind of be the same thing. Okay, so you just cast it, so you're at the feast and you're eating the feast. So the feast was prepared.
I'm sorry, Nick. Just do these do not count as dice I rolled to restore hit points? Or is it grant hit points or restore hit points for...
What are you
divine
talking
healing?
about?
I have empowered healing.
Okay, and what does it say?
Whenever you or an ally within 5 feet of you roll dice to determine a number of hit points, a spell restores. Never mind, sorry.
Okay.
I am officially done. I'm sorry.
Okay, I can talk now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, King Hekaton gets the feast ready. Zwasos casts Hero's Feast on it, and so your group and maybe a few others might get some special effects from it, but your group specifically.
Mimic Sir Jeshra gets some.
Yeah, that's fair. So Jeshra, King Hekaton, and Sarissa are probably gonna maybe have a little as well. So there's 6, 7 of you. Yeah, so perfect. So Jeshra, King Hekaton, and Sarissa make a nice even 10. Unless there's somebody else you wanted to give them to. Anyway, so and Hekaton definitely makes a point of kind of gathering everyone together and speaking the praises of the folk band. While the feast was being prepared and you all were strategizing, he was kind of getting caught up by both Jeshra and Sarissa as to what's been kind of going on in the world. Has an even healthier appreciation for what the folk band have done, and kind of takes a moment to thank them for their bravery and their ability to bring peace to the world. And then as he kind of he offers a toast and lets everybody toast, and everyone in attendance all very enthusiastically agrees. And as the toast finishes and things kind of calm down, the table begins to shake a little bit, and a figure appears over the feasting table. And you see Hekaton and Sarissa immediately bow their heads, and nobody else seems to recognize this figure except the lot of you who saw this figure in the Temple of the Allfather, as the Allfather's avatar appears above the table. And everything goes quiet here, right? And the Allfather kind of speaks. The friggin' folk band. I can add my own people to those that you have helped now. I am proud of you. I'm proud of what you have done and your ability to not listen to those who would stray your path.
Oh, I'm putting it up.
You have done a great thing here. Now, Hekaton has put Uthor back in his place, and so I shall restore the Ordning as promised. Hekaton, You are the epitome of those that I would raise above others. Maintain peace in your people. And as you have promised, I shall hold you to including the small folk in your peoples. Congratulations to all of you. This was a hard-fought battle, and I know that your battles are not done, but I wish you well in your endeavors to come. That the Morkoth could not stand against you, I am fairly certain Ebondeath will not as well. This time, he will not escape. And his figure kind of dissipates into nothingness. And so you have officially restored the Ordning. Congratulations. Quest completed.
I was gonna say, that's gotta be worth some experience, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gimme.
So, I'm just going to assume that there's nothing else that will be done tonight. Is that accurate to say? Are you ready to go to sleep?
Yeah.
I have a small role-playing thing that doesn't role-played out. And like, Nick, you can tell me what the result is, like, next time if we don't want to spend time on it now. I would just say that Ma'am spends part of the evening going to individual Luxodon guards, and like, she just wants to get start to get a feeling of, like, what do they actually want? Do they want to be here? Like, is there interest in trying to set out and find a new home? Like, you know, just, again, doesn't need to be role played out. Just trying to put some feelers out. Okay.
I would say for the most part, you get that the Luxodon were originally content, right, to be this kind of special honor guard for the giants. They received very honorable positions. They received specific training. They are very well equipped to fight giants, and they were content with that. When that changed to Uthor's rule, they really kind of became slaves under his rule, and were, the very opposite of content. Most of them are, happy to go back to what it was before, but a lot of them seem a little unsure if that's what they should do. Now that the amulet of the twins has been found, now that you are the leader of the Luxodon race, you kind of, they're kind of in awe of you as well, right? So it's kind of weird for you, this kind of mythical thing has come to light in their lifetime, right? So they're all kind of, they hold you in a certain kind of reverence, so it's a little difficult for them to be completely, honest or in any way critical of what you might want to do next. But all of them kind of, have the same kind of, they're very happy to go back to being these, honored guards for, the upper echelon of the giants, right? Like they hold this very honorific station, and they're happy with that, but they never thought that there could be anything else. So they're open to a new role in the world, but they're also very content to be these very, highly regarded warriors. And, Jeshra she doesn't want to steer you in any kind of direction, right? She's very, you're the leader now. She's there to advise, but she wants to know what your vision is for your people going forward.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And so, with that, I'm kind of curious here.
Experience.
Let's long rest, everyone. Well, so before I do that, I want to see how much experience are you set to receive here? Because I think it's quite a bit. Yeah, it's quite a bit.
One metric. Fuck.
Between 5 people.
Gimme.
Well, I'll be damned. All right. You're all feeling much better. Oh, unfortunately, that did not automatically... I'll have to do it again here. It didn't automatically give you the experience for completing the Ordning. So let's get that other... Hey. Did that work? No? What the hell? How do I do it? Oh, here we go. My bad. Bam, there we go. All right.
Yes!
That'll do it, folks.
Oh my god.
Welcome to level 18.
Oh my god. Oh.
Absolutely.
More
Yeah,
stuff
my
that
God.
I'm able to memorize. Amazing.
oh my god.
Level 18 monk. What shit do I get during this again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is 2:30. You'll have at
Yes,
least
it
a
is.
week to kind of figure out what you want to do for your next level. And then we'll see if everyone... Is there anyone who is definitely not available next Sunday?
I think I definitely
Actually-
am available next time.
I think I am actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Some plans to change.
It depends on...
Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't know if anyone was definitely not available. But you don't have to,
Yeah.
commit to
Okay.
being available. Just checking to see if we're definitely out.
Indomitable Might is kind of cool.
Oh my
man.
god, I have empty body. I could use 4 key points to become invisible for 1 minute.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Like totally invisible.
And I can oh my god, I can spend 8 key points to cast astral projection.
Get
Holy shit.
elusive.
Woo.
Damn. Damn.
But I can't take any creatures with me.
What is
You were so evasive that attackers rarely gain the
if-
upper hand on you. No attacker
Oh
has damage against
my
you while
god.
you aren't
Oh, holy crap.
incapacitated. That's tight.
Yeah.
That's a check? That's ridiculous.
Total first strength check is less than my strength score. I can use that score instead.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So Vark can't get less than a 20 on a strength check.
Yay!
Oh my god, people are becoming beasts. Holy shit.
Well, that's good, because you're going to need all of this.
Great. I need to remember I can astral project, and I can also, and whenever visible, I'm resistant to all damage but force damage. Hey!
Damn.
As of 210 health.
Holy shit.
Which is basically
Oh my
doubled,
God.
because you take half damage from pretty much everything.
Yeah, and if I die, I can, not die.
You could just be like, nah.
Yay!
You freaking guys. All right.
Well, with that ability, maybe we should rethink who gets what. Fuck. And I can become invisible. Oh wait, that doesn't matter. He can see me. Never mind. Hang on. Nerp. Oh shit.
I like elusive. Elusive's
Mhm. Holy shit, fuck.
cool. Shit fuck indeed.
Well, folks,
Yeah,
that was certainly.
I love it.
Oh
Love everybody.
yeah.
One big bad down. Want to go?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hope to see everybody next Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
we can't hear you, Michael.
I wish we could play another session right now.
I know.
Just go fight Ebondeath right
I'm
now.
stressed out.
Yeah.
I'm
We're
tired.
long rested.
I just read Primal Champion for the first time when I hit 20. Holy
Oh,
Is that actually a good capstone?
My strength and con scores are increased by 4, and the maximum for those scores is now 24.
Holy crap. Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice capstone. That's actually good. Most of them are kind of meh.
Like, god
I
damn.
mean, I find a lot of them are either shit or awesome.
Yeah.
You know, like druids. Fuck off.
Oh yeah, druids, like, that's it. They turn level 20 and they basically become immortal.
Yeah.
Like clerics, like once per day, you could make a god help you.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, once a
Then you
druid
could be
hits
a
20, they
sorcerer.
can wild shape at will as many times as they want.
Yeah, and cast spells while they're in wild shape, and
Yeah,
they
so,
already
like-
have timeless. They don't age.
Yeah. So you hit them once, or you hit them out of wild shape, their turn again, they go, hey, look, poof, I'm back.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. You gotta kill that sumbitch in one damn turn.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm almost to that point now, too, so.
Yeah. Good luck killing a barbarian in one turn.
Yeah, right?
Vark.
Yeah.
I was looking over some of the shit. It's really fucking hard to kill me.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, you won't die. Yeah, unless whatever that like.
I mean, I'm gonna do my best.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I hope you all know
Right.
that with Ebondeath, the gloves are off.
Yeah.
He's gonna
right.
try
Yeah.
to kill you. He wants you dead.
Yeah.
You know, I don't
Mari wants
know.
to make a new character anyways.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
You
right.
can kill me, but it's
I'm
okay.
ready to die.
Just so I can brag to everybody, at 18th level, I get to learn a new spell
Yay.
and a sorcery point.
Are you acting like 8th level spells are not reality warping?
Oh my god, that's right, I get 8th level spells now.
Yeah.
Eighth
That's
level
right, 'cause
spells
I'm 15.
slots.
Oh, never mind. I was thinking 18's an odd and even number, but I'm an odd number sorcerer. Never mind. Shutting up. Fuck, I have some research to do.
Yeah.
I know.
you
I'm over here poring
Exactly.
over 8th level spells. I'm like, what do you mean you just get a spell?
I'm sure you could just throw a dart and then you'll just get something like incredible.
You know, you'd be surprised. There are some real banger 8th level spells, and then there are some that
darts.
you're like,
Why isn't that a
Yeah.
4th level spell?
when would I ever use that?
I've never even like looked at
Yeah.
eighth level spells. I'm at a peruse, but
I'm still super bummed I only got 6 points off of fucking 2d10.
Yeah.
all right, y'all. I have to piss really bad, so.
Go!
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
See y'all next week, hopefully.
Awesome.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Y'all, great
Sounds
game.
good. Thanks, everybody.
Peace.
Bye now.
Bye.
See you next time.